All right, I'll give you. Here's my social security number.
Get your clip buttons ready, everyone.
Yeah, you were asking about that earlier.
It's true. I did need it.
Nice. Nice. Alright, let me get my stuff. Ready.
Yeah.
I got a recap. A little bit of a recap for last episode. I realized I've been slacking on typing up recaps and putting them in our server. But got a little recap for us. And is there anything else? Any questions, comments, etc. before we start jumping in?
No, I think we're good. For me, at least.
Alright. Okay. So, the year advanced and winter, kind of faded from the previous year. Some people had some very good fortunes occur for them, and some people had some challenging situations arise. But with spring coming around and the winter's snow melting, you all, for your various reasons, rode to answer the call for aid to the city of Rind. It is a city on the Pontar, about a few days east of Oxenfurt, which is close enough to your home base for most of you. The other half of the tribe are coming from kind of the northwestern oceanside part of the country. Upon reaching the outskirts of the city, you were met with a scene that kind of reeked of desolation.
Good to see you both.
Springtime is supposed to be quite active with peasants working the fields and getting things ready and sown and all that kind of thing, but none of that was occurring, and instead there was, kind of just an odd, empty scene. Yeah.
Can I interrupt you for just 1 second?
Go for it.
Carl, log out of my account, bro. Let me in.
No, I think it's much funnier if I stay as your account.
Let me in, bro.
Bro just got pranked.
Brother, don't please.
I was just waiting how long it would take you to join.
I saw it, so I was on the page for a minute, and I was like, was this a glitch or something? I don't see myself. I'm like, wait a minute.
It took you a long time. I was logged in for about 7 minutes.
I still logged in somehow? What the?
Oh, that's good.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, good.
I appreciate that you knew it was me.
I mean, come on. Who else?
Who else is a little trickster, a little prankster?
You got me.
So, yeah, we had Stefan and Wlad and Lyria and Laura riding up into town with their squires in tow, and kind of scoping out the scene. Kind of there was a sense of danger about. Certainly things were off, but also the horses were getting a little bit spooked. I think it was maybe Lyria that did the hunting role and kind of picked up on the direction and perhaps the size of the threat. Ended up being a pack of wild hounds, some dogs that were skulking about and set upon your party. It was a pretty dangerous encounter. A couple of our knights nearly lost their lives. Many of the details of this encounter were noted by Sir Stefan's squire in great detail. I will refer you to their notes for that.
The true
account.
What really happened that day?
Uh-huh.
First-hand historical accuracy.
Yes. What's that called? like a prime source or.
A primary source.
Mhm. But fortunately, everybody made it out, and the wolves were either slain or scattered. Um, but the wounds were so severe that we had to hire some help. I believe Sir Vlad dug into his deep pockets to pay for some top of the line medical care, which consisted of much the same quality that Sir Stefan was accustomed to in his previous bout, which is the standard for the day. But somehow these people recovered. Took about 9 weeks for the wounds to heal. And in that time, there is still quite a bit of fear of this monster, this curse, whatever's lurking about that is haunting the mines. These mines are important because the king has essentially ordered them to be reopened and, wants the limestone, the materials from here to fund a great kind of rebuilding of the southern part of Redania. So there's a lot of pressure on this mine to produce, and it's kind of the major event here. So peasants, in the meantime, have been essentially forced to go back to work. Of course, it's not all the work that's being done. There was also mention of a plague that has spread about in this time as well. Much of the fears that came from that plague have also seemed to have died out, either literally or metaphorically. But it doesn't seem to have been a very severe plague. I will ask, actually now's I guess a great point. Let's get everybody to make just a constitution roll, and we'll just see kind of how recent events have treated you. Because, believe it or not, you've been exposed. Even Yatsik, who is arriving on the scene at some point, has been exposed to some pathogen.
Looks like all successes here.
Thank goodness those dogs weren't infected.
I forgot how to do this, fellas.
So what you do is you click on con. and
Actually-
then you click the roll
Oh,
button.
the one at the top.
Yeah.
I was looking in the stats tab.
Yes.
Rookie
Still
mistake. don't worry
private
about it.
rolling like a nerd. Like a nerd.
Unbelievable.
All right. Freaking. Let's
Even the
relax,
DM
fellas.
rolls in front of us. Okay, you can put the screen up, buddy. I understand.
I see why you rolled that one,
I passed, right?
Brian.
There was a very low chance of this happening, and
And it did.
And somehow we're here anyways.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a low chance of me getting injured in that fight rolling 20s. So,
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
20s are good. Not in Pendragon.
I was rolling up to 20 passes. That's
Yeah.
how fucking bad it was.
Yeah.
classic.
Classic Dame Laura. She had to make it a struggle for her story.
Is that written
Note that
in
down.
Is that
Yes.
Squire right
Read that one to me, Squire. Yeah.
All right. What kind of heinous disease do I have, GM?
I'm sure it's something terrible.
Do I contract dysentery?
No.
Well, I don't have to deal with that.
Maybe. This one is just a freebie actually. There is no kind of solid mechanical penalty, if you can believe it. You can just kind of color for us when we get around to introducing what y'all are looking like, how the recent times have treated your character, and or you're just kind of arriving on the scene. Maybe what encounter led to them contracting or adopting some of the minor symptoms maybe of just a small case of plague. Nothing to worry
It's a
about.
small place.
Yeah, I
got the
just have
Wlad.
boobos on my face, guys. It's not a big deal.
Don't worry, fellas.
They could be somewhere hidden. Yeah, so occasionally one hears of peasants refusing to work in the mines, but they have either been arrested for treason or simply beaten and sentenced to hard labor, ironically.
Ah, yes. of
Or,
course.
yeah. In some cases, maybe even disappeared and never heard from again. But um, all kind of tallied together. There haven't been too many casualties. But most believe kind of the sentiment in the air that's it's just a matter of time. Everyone can kind of feel this rising tension. But yeah, let's maybe check in with everybody. Give me a sec. Let's start with Yatsik, I guess. So Yatsik, why was he maybe slightly delayed in arriving to the scene? Because we know from our previous story that the other 4 knights arrived previously outside of the company of Yatsik. So what might
I think
be?
he probably got the summons while he was out on a hunt. He was hunting like a large creature of some kind that would be able to sustain him for a while, and perhaps he has a few more scars because of that, and perhaps that is how he contracted a little bit of a plague. So whatever creature he was hunting, perhaps fought back a little bit and was a carrier for a minor case of the Black Death.
More boobos.
Simply the dark gray death in this case.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay, so he himself was kind of waylaid by some injury and disease, but eventually finds himself drawn to the this plea for help that at this point is stretching to very far corners of the kingdom for a monster hunter or set of monster hunters to deal with these escalating fears that these silly peasants have. In the previous session, you all met with the council, the town council that put out this request. Although you didn't meet with the entire council, you only met with a couple of the councilors. There was a councilman, Linric, who is like the lead, CEO representative, so to speak, and somebody with political savvy knew or established that he's got some business interests, some ties that align with Yorand and House von Igrid. But as several of the council members will, they'll have their own kind of political leanings and affiliations. You also met Councilman Torben, who is the quarry master, and he kind of gave you a bit of the rundown of the situation. There's other members of the council that may or may not come into play, but at this point I won't bother introducing them. But if you're curious, you can seek them out or do whatever. There were a couple of victims as you were kind of getting your briefing about the situation. There were a couple of miners that went missing, Morin and Yaska, Moryn and Jaska. I think we established last time that they were kind of exploring a relatively unworked piece of the mine. They were perhaps looking for new places to expand the operation, so to speak. So they went missing there. And there were 2 other victims. One of them that actually survived and back at the time had only been rescued maybe 3 days before. A couple of teenagers, a couple of hooligans, kids that everyone kind of like binned as future bandits or ruffians, not really contributors to the local neighborhood that they're part of. But yeah, so I think we did not talk to Sim, who is the SEM kid that survived, and his buddy Dirko, Dirko, who seems to have not survived, perhaps.
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
I believe we left off not talking to them because we had an issue of like, well, we could talk to them, or we could save it for next time, kind of thing, and we ended up saving it for next time.
Yeah. Very good, sir. Very good. That makes sense. I'm looking for something that I had thought. Okay, yep. Sorry, I found it. So Yatsik, we established why you are here now. Vlad and Stefan, you two were not very severely injured, and I'm curious to perhaps how you may have killed the time or spent the time.
It was 9 weeks, right?
Yep. And if we want to insert Yatsik in that 9-week period as well, that's cool with me. Totally kind of up to you. And if it was low key enough, you know, maybe you even included Dame Laura, but let that be up to you. How did you kill the time?
Certainly not.
What did you do?
9 weeks. Sounds like I was chasing 9 women.
Oh.
Yes, Christ.
Did you have a wingman, sir?
Well,
or did Vlad
Your squire?
go on his own escapade?
You know what? Yeah, Vlad was with me because even though I'm already incredibly attractive, standing next
Oh,
to
I'm the
him
perfect
was even
wingman.
more
I
attractive.
go up and to talk to him, and I'm like, oh, I'm already married. And he shows off the van. But my friend.
But my friend, and shows the handsome Squidward. Huh?
We have a sketch from that
Idea
artist that we met the
Him
first.
approaching a woman and going, just so you know, I'm married. So funny.
But my pal over there.
But you will not believe this guy.
Let me tell you about it. Chisel chin.
Rock hard abs. That's
So
pretty much
many
it.
florins.
His cup runneth over.
Yatsik, what do you say? You want in on that, or do you want to
No,
abstain?
absolutely
Keep him
not.
out. Keep him out.
Get out of here! I'd be like the opposite. They'd be like, oh, he hangs around that guy?
You're a loser.
The smelly guy who doesn't say anything and he's all sweaty.
Yeah, he's really has like a cough.
Yeah, Vlad would carouse a bit. I mean, he would be faithful, but he's not gonna, but he'll have fun. I'm assuming
Okay.
we're spending most of the time up here and not going back to our manors, or are we doing a little bit back and forth there over the 9 weeks?
It's totally up to you. It's I think a couple of days ride that we established. So yeah, either way works for me. Is there stuff back home that you wanted to do, or somebody back home you wanted to interact with?
It's more of, I think he feels like a duty to spending time at the land with his family and his doing work.
Checking in with his wife. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think in
Yeah,
between
no,
that and helping Sir Stefan that, he would also be checking on Dame Laura and Dame Lyria, because he has vested interest in it. He's not only paid for it, they're his friends, so.
A vested interest.
Yeah.
Nice phrasing there, sir. Okay, yeah, perfect. All right.
Well, it's more like if you don't check
so,
on it, how do you know the
Stefan.
doctor's not being a bitch and not doing his work?
Yeah. So, Stefan, one of these ladies. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, when Yatsik gets here, we're roping him into playing chess with the sick crew. Come on.
No, I'm not.
Oh, perfect.
Not good at chess.
Good. I needed someone to
Like I
beat.
am.
Ooh.
Shut the hell up, dude.
How about a hand of Gwent?
Now you're talking.
Nice.
The mercenary game.
All right, so Stefan, one of these ladies in particular that Stefan is attempting to bed. Tell us a little bit about her. She is a bit of a commoner, so take that. She could be a merchant. She could be one of the peasants that works the fields. She could be anybody. Who is this person that has caught Stefan's eye? And she's attracted
Definitely-
to Stefan. Like he wants her.
Definitely like
She's
yeah,
definitely a
I think
12.
like yeah, I definitely think that he has like someone being like plain, quote unquote, i.e. like a commoner, is probably like partially alluring to him because of like the stark difference in like their like circles, like in their like power. I don't want to say like power, but like
Mhm.
there's a huge difference just because like the people he interacts with versus like the people she interacts with or whatever. So like that definitely draws him towards this person just naturally. But I
Mhm.
think he like I think this is someone who like maybe she like brushed him off at first, and so he's like, oh, it is now my mission while I am here to like to get something going.
Oh, I was gonna
I
say,
think it's like
Mhm.
I feel like,
he sees it as a challenge.
yeah, yeah. Also, maybe he's not used to them treating him that way, and that's
Mhm.
refreshing to him as
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, something different, something new and exciting. Okay.
This does
I'll go
confirm
for it.
that Stefan is a bottom, though. I want you to know this.
Oh, it does not. No, he probably is, but that's not because of this.
That was confirmed as soon as Josh started playing it.
Nice. I like that. Like maybe Stefan is at the well and he's like, fetch me some water, peasant. And she's like,
Get
kinda
your own
get it
fucking
yourself or
water,
whatever.
loser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real.
Because this is like a free town, a free city. Like they're not beholden to any particular lord per se.
How would you like to
So,
sleep
yeah,
in my bed
okay.
tonight?
All right, give me a roll for flirt to kind of like tell us how this first interaction goes of the blowing off. Like, yeah, but give us a test of your flirt skill, Stefan. That's probably a success. Yeah. All right.
What can I say?
So yeah, even though like the interaction is tense maybe, or like it's hostile, but it ends up kind of like feeling playful at the end. Like maybe when they're leaving ways or separating their paths, there is that look back that kind of signals that she might be interested too. Okay. So I'll let you think on that. We're gonna pop back to. I want you to think about, what does he do next, kind of like in the next interaction, to try to advance the scene here. But bumping back to Vlad on a trip home. Oh, did Vlad say he was gonna BRB? Yeah. Okay. Well.
Well, he foiled your
Well, let's go to the
plans.
chess game. Go to the chess game. How's that going?
Is he actually playing?
Is there a chess skill?
Yeah, I
gaming,
believe,
I assume.
I
There is
believe
a gaming skill.
instrument.
What were you
There
saying,
is a
Josh?
gaming skill.
Play instrument.
Oh yeah. That's unironically
Well,
better for me. So I gotta
depending-
use that one.
Depending on how you play chess, you could probably use your thrown weapon skill. So,
I don't think- Against
You
the
know.
injured woman, yes. I care not for honor in the realm of chess.
start picking up pieces and throwing them at your opponent
There's-
would be so funny.
Just flip random tables. Perhaps
Oh
the one
my
the chessboard
God.
is on.
Mayhaps.
I lose, I think.
Well, if only we knew.
That's funny.
Alas.
I lose.
Somehow you both lose.
You lose worse. Yes. We mate with kings somehow.
That's how funny. Somehow you both lose.
The two kings meet in the middle.
It's like there's that one clip of them playing like over the board chess, and the guy moves his king forward directly into the opponent's king to where they both be in check, and the guy just looks at him like, "What the fuck?" And like that's what ends up happening.
Power play.
The kings are fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, right. Wait a minute, I guess I lose.
Then it kind of devolves into them almost playing like dolls. Like, I challenge you to a duel.
No, this piece moves like this actually.
This is way
It's
more
like childhood playground gaming.
We're progressively getting worse at chess because every time we reset, we add another stupid rule. And we keep forgetting how normal chess works.
No. Trust me, the bishop can jump over pawn.
Yeah, well,
Trust.
pawns can go backwards. No one else can go
No.
backwards.
No, it's not true. It's not true. No one else can go back. You have to have a clear way for the knight.
I hated that. I remember when I would play in like, God, this must have been like elementary school, middle school. Like, people trying to say that. It's like, brother, no. What are you talking about? The whole point is that it jumps.
We are literally knights. Hold on. My horse can't jump over two
Yeah,
armed
that-
people. Get that shit out of here.
That's totally how the conversation happens. Like, wait, my horse doesn't jump that far.
Yatsuk will look down his nose at you and be like, my horse can.
Bullshit.
My
No, I've
horse,
seen it.
Buttercup.
No, totally.
Your horse isn't doing much of anything right now.
Yeah, it is. He's dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Vlad, on that front,
Yeah.
I looked up horses on a different source, and it seems like maybe they're only like 9 Libra, 9 florins for a nice charger, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, that's
So yeah,
That's
it
better.
may be affordable.
oh,
Yeah.
good. He can die then. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. All right, so I have a very serious question for Vlad, who is very clearly married for money. Does he love his wife?
We'll see. Is the answer to that? We'll see.
Love is a strong word. I love her money.
I will say, yeah, I will say very clearly at this point, she does not love you. It is very much an arranged marriage kind of situation.
Mm.
But if you want that to change, that is something that we can try to advance.
I do think he wants to try for something. Right? Like,
Okay.
I do.
Specifically with his wife, right?
Specifically. Yes.
Okay.
Thanks
So
for
in that
asking, Yatsik, but
case-
he is married. Alright, he is married. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure when you say he's trying for something, it is with his wife.
Yes.
Well, make that abundantly
All right.
clear.
So I need you to make a roll with flirting. I need you to add your appeal score, whatever the difference is. What is your appeal score? That'll be easier to
12.
calculate. All right, so give a +2 for that, and then +2 more for glory.
So
+4 total is the bonus to the roll.
to flirting, which
Flirting.
I'm sure we need that.
Yep.
Oh, it's a straight 50-50, baby, with that. It's right-click, right, to bring up the... How do I bring this up? Oh, no, it just comes up
Maybe?
automatically. Never mind.
I don't know.
So, bonus to the
Cool.
rolls for... Roll the dice, please. Shit!
What was the result?
Squire,
It was a
give him some
13.
pointers.
So a failure,
Yes.
but not a fumble.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, 13.
Okay. All right, so you are able to kind of continue this process, but obviously, so yeah, give us a little bit of a picture. You know, how is Vlad trying to woo his new wife, and why is it flopping?
I
little
think
It's not a critical failure. Like
he's
she's
not
like,
telling
rejecting
her
him.
she belongs in a swamp. Not like he did to Clara, right? This is he's learned from that. He's trying, but I think he's still new to romance and to love. So he's
Mhm.
he's not picking up on some context clues that she's dropping, right? He's making mistakes, like This is hard
Like
to figure
Vlad,
out.
it will cost us 1,800 to to renovate this
entire
section of the swamp.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't we have the funds for that, honey? And you're like, but that's an extra.
Pulls out his 13 florin. Let me count these. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just new to the whole romance situation. It's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, and there's
You know, like,
that.
you're
I was gonna say,
essentially
definitely.
strangers.
Exactly. There's the awkwardness of just like we're living together now, and we're married, but we don't know each other at all yet. It's only been months maybe, or something like that. You know, I feel like it hasn't been long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
is married, so stop asking.
So the next roll, the next roll I need you to make is so this will actually be a test, and you can choose which one you want to test first.
Okay.
But it's going to be chaste versus lustful. So go ahead and make that roll now, and then I'll give you some time to think about what it means, kind of process what it means.
Can I choose which one I? You said I could choose, right?
You can choose which one you want to roll first. Yeah.
I feel like. Let me just reason this out. I feel like he doesn't know her that well yet, so he's trying to be thoughtful of her. So he's going to try to be chaste first, even though that is not his forte.
Okay.
So
Could be
we're
me.
gonna fail this one.
Yeah. Good luck,
Oh
sir.
yeah, that's a fail.
Oh, okay. Unsurprised.
Mhm.
Hey, dude, you're almost at
Let's
my
see.
chaste.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're almost famous. That's interesting.
I don't know if I like that.
All right,
You know,
go
I
ahead
heard
and
he's
roll
quite
lustful
lustful,
then. Let's see what
I
happens.
quite like that Stefan fellow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the guy I went
So,
to the taverns with.
uh,
Yes.
Yes. So you can kind of take it a couple of different ways, maybe, or a couple of ways come to mind. So it may be that Vlad is having trouble controlling his impulse and like directing it towards his wife, and maybe there's frustration that's going there, or maybe his eyes are wandering and he's directing it a little bit elsewhere. But
I
yeah, I'll
think-
let you kind of cook on that. That's,
I
yeah.
think it's the former. I think he's having trouble controlling himself around her, and maybe that's off-putting as well. Maybe that's why the flirting's not so good. Maybe
Mhm.
it's a little much. Maybe he's too strong with it. So I don't think he's looking to others yet.
Gotcha.
I think he is genuinely attracted to her. So
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But yeah, there's some frustration that's building.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's pressure from outside too. Like it's not just, like your parents are
Where's
like,
my grandbaby?
hey, when are we gonna become grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't just compliment
cool.
her ankles at the dinner table like that.
Compliment her breasts. That always works for me.
All right, cool. Yeah, I guess let's cycle back to the Stefan show for a second.
Oh,
So round two
Need
of
some popcorn.
round two of Seduction Enterprises. What's the approach here? What's the encounter like?
I think, let's see. So for saying the first time was he commanded her to fetch his water for him. I think he's gonna continue that like that like approach where he
Mhm.
will like now he'll do it with like obvious flirtatious intent, but definitely will be like, fetch that for me, peasant. Yes. Fetch that, yes.
Why, yes,
Present,
of course,
Pepe.
my lord, right away. Yeah.
Yes.
Perhaps there's, yeah. No, there's like rejection, and it's a bit more playful, perhaps. Like it's very clearly a game at this point that's being played. I'll let you choose. The way I had written this is that you would roll against your appeal for the second test. But if there is a skill that you want to substitute for this interaction, you do that.
Well,
But you could
my
just
appeal
rely on
is-
your good looks if you want to.
Yeah, my appeal is 17, so.
Here comes a
None of
20.
my
Let's
skills
roll
get
against
put
that,
up
sir.
that high. Yeah, right. I'll go for Stefan trusts his good looks will be enough. Doesn't feel
Alright,
the need to bust
let's-
out the falconry this time.
All right, let's see how it goes.
nice.
All right,
Let's
another
get it!
success. Sweet. So yeah, I can't imagine how this manifests per se, but perhaps this next interaction, it ends with like some sort of invitation, maybe to a dance, maybe to some sort of public social thing where it wouldn't be, you know, weird to meet up. You know, like maybe it's like another public place, or maybe it's, I don't know, some sort of interaction or invitation to interact again with Stefan. But either I can color that, or does anybody have a suggestion for what that might be? Maybe like a minor festival that's coming up, celebration. Anything cool come to mind?
What would they actually be hosting during a plague?
I'm sorry, there were COVID parties.
That's
so,
only in the
you know.
southern part of town, yeah.
They're celebrating not having the plague in the rest
Yeah,
of the
right.
town.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, you can guarantee people are getting drunk every day, for one reason or another.
Testing temperance.
But yeah, so this will come down to a third dice roll, and this will determine kind of the final outcome of this encounter. So yeah, I guess maybe we put it in Stefan's hands. What skill do you think you might want to throw at this?
I mean, the obvious is flirting again.
That's too obvious.
Can't repeat.
But was that a rule? I guess.
That's GM fiat. You could put it to like one of your traits as well, perhaps. Like if you wanted to roll your lustful.
How about?
Yeah, but that's gonna go bad in the future. When you have
How about?
face lechery.
How about we do? Maybe I read her some poetry after
And you become
we
a
have
sensual Stefan.
we have a party afterwards. You know, where we're at together, we're interacting, it's going well, and then afterwards I'm mayhaps walking her back to her home, and I decide to read some poetry. So maybe orate.
Okay, yeah. Give us some some orate.
Oh boy.
Just a little taste. Just a
Boy.
little taste.
It's not. It's only 13, so this probably not go well.
Would
but-
you like to impassion your orate?
Oh, I'm very tempted. Let's see. What
Please.
do I?
Please go melancholic so we can.
It might
talk
be a little
about it for
challenging.
years.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think I can call upon my fealty to the Von Evericks for this one. The Von Evericks.
I must
for
give
this
them a
one,
baby.
Yeah.
yeah, right. I must deliver my lord a baby. I doubt I can call upon my honor or because I'm attempting to like maybe if I was trying to do like the honorable thing of like wedding this person before proceeding, then maybe. But I'm not. I'm trying to do the opposite of that.
Right.
Gotcha.
Well,
I got
chivalry.
these. I got you, sir. I'll let you roll your lustful as if it were a passion. But if you know, we'll use like the melancholy rules, and potentially you could negatively impact your lustfulness if you somehow fail the roll.
He's gonna need Witcher
Kinda like how
Viagra.
passion-
I'm willing. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay.
I attempt to empower myself
Sweet.
with my lust.
That's just me on a Tuesday, man.
Oh god.
No.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
No. Oh.
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
so
she throws up on the way back, and I'm like, ew, gross.
Women are
Throws up-
gross.
She throws up like real gross. It's like, ew, it's disgusting. Oh,
I gotta
God.
remind myself how this works.
Ooh.
I think
Well,
you roll again to
immediately-
confirm still, maybe, or you lose
Okay.
one or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it immediately checked chaste. So
Maybe
So
I'm
I-
not so lustful. Maybe
so I
it's
roll
Who got
lustful.
So roll it
the
again.
Society?
So I roll lustful.
Yeah, roll it again.
Okay.
Yep. And this time you
Okay.
want to fail it, otherwise, yeah,
Mm,
potentially
mhm.
there's negative.
Okay. Interesting.
You want the 20 this time.
The
Nope.
melancholy situation.
Okay. Nope. Alas, I succeed.
Okay, so
Ew,
I think.
disgusting. Unless. Am I melancholy for the
I'm
rest of
just
the
trying to.
session now?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you're
Okay.
melancholy until
Start-
after the scene, right? Isn't that what we found out?
Yeah.
You go
But isn't the end of this
after.
scene the next
So
the
like the rest
monster
of the
hunt and
session.
whatever? Like
Yeah.
And then its duration is
But,
determined
so it-
by how strongly you feel
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, so it would at most be like a D6 weeks, and so we could just say that this happened, before everybody was healed up. So you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, I think.
But we are gonna talk shit.
All
About
right, so
I
Oh,
do
yeah, for
take I take a -5 to my hull rate then for this. Right? Or is it not does it not affect this one?
not in the moment. I guess we
Okay.
can leave it up to kind of your decision since it's not like point blank battle scene. Maybe in the moments before, like as you're walking back, Stefan is feeling this urge, this impulse, and this lustfulness, but then he kind of like tamps it down maybe, and maybe he's not feeling the poetry vibe as much. So either way, I guess is ultimately what I'm saying.
I guess I'll roll to find. I guess let's.
I mean, you're basically a monk now. You may as well join the church. It's over.
Oh my lord. Let's see. Let's just see what happens with Or 8, and then we'll. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Wouldn't have succeeded anyway. She throws up and didn't
if it
hear
had been-
me doing my poetry. I was like,
This doesn't land.
yeah.
If I'm there, I'm definitely saying, "Oh, his poetry does that to me as well, ma'am."
I'll bet your
You get,
wife.
you get used to it.
Well, okay.
No, I'm married. You can't do that.
I will just say that perhaps against your better judgment and throw up aside, you do find a haystack to do the deed, and afterwards simply part ways. There is
Worth it.
no. Yep.
I can't wait till you have a bastard child.
Oddly enough, just one.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
He's
You're
like,
kind of massively underestimating. What the hell? Just one, brother. I'm aiming for 15 by the end of this week.
But you're on a roll.
all right.
Like-
So, yeah, go ahead.
He's just walking. He's walking back to his place afterwards, like, not that bad, I guess. All things considered.
Thus concludes Sir Stefan's escapades prior to the mission. Does anybody else want to? Do we want to pop back to the whatever scene, or are we ready to kind of everybody reconvene and I don't know.
I mean, during my slow days, I'd maybe ask around either the Chirurgeon or like any nurses or anybody I could speak to. Like the tensions seem high around here. Like especially in the leadership. Do you know what's up with that, or?
Oh, needn't you trouble yourself with that, my lady? Your duty here is to rest. Rest and recover and find yourself in the good graces of the Lord again.
May the flame guide you. What?
But yes, the peasantry are quite tense these days. Rumors of the monster still abound.
True. I shall hope for good news on the morrow then.
Of course, of course. As they're like applying some sort of paste, who knows, maybe to your hands or, seemingly totally unrelated to treating your wounds. Because medieval medicine is funny.
It's oil of okay. You're going to be okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, oak oil.
I see what you did there, sir.
It's good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. The spirits will attract the nymphs. Will come tend to your wounds in the night, but only while you sleep.
Nymphs can make it into the city.
Oh yes, of course.
She will light up like a child. Like, I thought that only worked out in the sticks.
Yeah, and kind of as they explain, like, it probably becomes obvious that it's pure peasant superstition, but if Dame Lyria, or yeah, Laura, fuck you and your double L names, you can check your spiritual box.
My next
if you
knight's
wanna
name's
put
gonna
in
be
fairies.
Staffin, so you can be really confused.
Yes, beautiful. I will kill them instantly and have fun doing it.
Well, then you'll be able
I'll
to
give
name
them
the next one
syphilis.
Lynx.
Well, then his son Stuffin will take his place.
Stuff him.
Okay, so at some point, I didn't mean to kind of swipe aside at your inquiry. I was just being a little bit obtuse, or a little hard to dig into. But yeah, if you want to do some carousing with the people that you're interacting with, you're welcome to. Otherwise, yeah, at some point, the 4 of you, 5 of you, we'll say Lyria is, I don't know, distracted or perhaps in some other state. Perhaps takes longer to recover than everyone else is willing to wait for. What do you all do, or do you want to have a quick scene where you all kind of interact and, hey, the band is back together kind of vibe?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Laura's been down for too long. She's eager. She's like bouncing at the. She's energetic. She wants to like get into things. So I don't know how much like. These greetings are gonna go very short.
Hi, I'm ready to go. Let's go. I think Vlad is glad to see you like that, because you were looking pretty bad before. So he feels relieved.
But
He greets you, pretty happily.
if he expresses it, I'll show off the cool new scar. Like a tug at the hem, so you can see it, but it's like covered by clothing normally. It's kind of cool.
He'll whistle at it. Like, damn. I think Arena will love it, he says with a smirk.
Not if she learns of it in the way our dear friend Stefan had it written down.
Honestly, I'm not sure his squire knows how to read or write, so I think you might be okay.
Does Stefan know that?
Excuse me.
Oh, Stefan! Good to see you. Checking on Dame Laura as well.
Group that can read or write, you nerds.
Sir, you win my honor.
I want to fart on all you while you sleep.
Now that's the Stefan I know.
I didn't even do anything.
Ah, yeah.
I think it's funny just to have us all jump at that. Didn't even know
I
Yatsik
just
was
got
there.
here.
He's just been there in the corner.
Yatsik, how long have you been here?
We were just playing chess.
You've been waiting for 4 months or 4 weeks?
Well, I just got here recently. You know how it is.
He's very stoic and
Oh,
serious.
You go out and hunt sometimes, you lose track of time.
Vlad nods at that. I understand.
I remember shattering your king like it was yesterday.
You didn't shatter him. You threw him across the room. He's still fine. He's just exploring the far kingdoms.
He's lost in the forest.
In many small marble pieces. The king's gone, I won.
What does Vlad think about that? Let's see. Gaming 5? I don't know. I don't know if he knows the rules of chess. I think he nods in agreement. He's like, that
As well as
sounds.
the other two.
That sounds correct.
Yes, well, my queen still took his castle. Both of them, in fact.
I guess that's what counts.
You have no castles. I have 2 castles.
A knight does need a castle, Yatsik. I don't know.
He does look a little sad when you say that.
Aw.
Sad existence of a mercenary knight.
And then just a moment of quiet
Yeah.
until like Vlad clears his throat.
Sorry. No hard feelings about the king.
Yeah.
Wasn't my chest set anyway?
I dap her up.
Respect. She needs a minute. Give her a
I
minute.
think you broke Hannah.
Maybe.
She wasn't ready for being dapped up.
Yeah, most people aren't. Well, when you're about 6.5 feet tall, the dap up is a surprise.
A welcome one, to be sure. But, you know.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Oh, you didn't want a dap up?
Tall. Very tall.
Vlad pulls his
Yeah,
fist
yeah.
down like he was gonna dap you up as well. He's like, oh, she doesn't want the dap.
So what are our plans for moving forward?
Did you hear nothing of the monsters while you stayed here? No whispers, no rumors going around?
Unless they're nymphs that break into your house at night and give you the plague and eat people, I don't know. Though the nymphs seem to be quite kind in this region.
I want nothing to do with the plague nymphs.
So
Perhaps
if you
we
are
should-
searching for some direction,
I was
go
gonna say
ahead.
perhaps we should speak to the boy, Sam, if we haven't done so yet. And I don't think we have.
The boy.
The crazy
Boy, girl, boy,
Yeah.
Sam? I don't actually know.
Fetch
yep, the boy,
The
STEM,
boy.
SE.
Boy.
Do you think he's calmed yet? Perhaps we can get through to him now.
I think he's had time. It may be worse though because of that, actually. And I'm assuming we've heard no news of Durko being found. Anything of that nature.
Correct, yeah.
He's still missing. He's been missing for 9 weeks. That's not good.
Yeah, presumed dead by most people.
Perhaps that gives him closure, though. We'll see. Do we know where?
So, shall
said
we
boy
talk to the
is?
boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He lives in one of the city slums, in kind of a rundown shack, in a whole line of shack houses. Oh, we actually have a scene for that too, I think.
Excellent. Scene me up.
To the slums.
Ooh, got rain on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Getting fancy. Whoa, T-Pain, hang on.
This won't be good for
Uh,
my constitution.
I think you'll be good.
Yeah,
Everything's
fine,
gonna be
guys.
okay, buddy.
Yeah.
So the four of you approach this area of town. It can be any time of day that you want it to be, essentially, but it looks like the adults are out and just kind of sitting out in front of it. Maybe underneath the eaves, avoiding the rain, is a teenage boy who kind of matches the description of who you're looking for. He has kind of a very noticeable, fresh, kind of looking scar on his neck that seems like it's healed, you know, over the weeks since he went missing, and again, like some additional wounds that look like they were probably from the version of plague that's been going around, but like has healed over after the fact, you know. But he seems to just kind of be
Wavy,
staring
what up?
aimlessly in space when,
How you doing, bro?
in fact, he doesn't even notice you as you approach. Kind of sitting there, kicking his legs. Looks like he's counting something on his fingers, but wordlessly.
I think I'm assuming we're riding through town on horse, but
You can do whatever you want. You can ride, but not gallop through the streets.
of course, of course.
The game system will not allow it.
Just mow the kid over. I think he would call out to him. I think Vlad would. Boy.
He looks up at you.
And he would introduce himself as Sir Vladislav. Are you the one known as Sem? Are you Sem?
Shakes his head yes.
Where was the wound at on him? You said on the neck?
He's got like a scar on his neck, and like it looks like it might be boils from the plague that have healed. Yeah.
Are you able to speak?
He shakes his head yes.
Okay. What do I want to ask this kid? I gotta remember. Gotta do some remembering about what happened.
What are you trying to recall?
That's right. He was a survivor of the monster. That's what I was thinking of the scar. I thought it might have been something he'd gotten from that, but if it's from plague, that's a little different. But
Yeah, I don't think there's any kind of role required to understand the nature of what he's got. It looks like he survived whatever plague kind of swept through
yeah,
this part of town.
I'll tell him. We were told you survived an encounter with a monster. Is that so?
He tenses up at that, and he speaks up at this point. He says, "Am I in trouble?"
No, son.
Not yet.
Shh.
Stop.
Hush.
You can't trust me.
We're here to help with the situation. Your friend's gone missing, has he not?
Help.
Yes.
He has.
What was it that you saw?
I fear he's dead.
Many do, but harsh times are also times for the greatest hopes, no? That's why we want to help.
He did a poor orate. Now he's mad about it.
Right. Well, I don't know what there is to help now. Now that Durko, dumb name. Now that he's gone. My best friend who I loved with everything in the world,
Durko.
even though he had a stupid name.
If it's any
Don't laugh.
consolation, my horse's name is Kindling. So
Kindling.
Ooh, she's lurking.
It's actually not a bad name.
Asia lurking.
I quite like it.
It's quite cute, actually.
Yes. Yes.
He's become an
how
old
that
man.
pour fire that burns inside.
He doesn't seem to understand the reference that you make, but he tells, or no, he asks, I suppose. So, I guess out with it then. How do you intend to help? What is there to be helped?
Well, that depends on what we're dealing with.
Oh, you mean the monster?
Correct.
Oh,
Tell us about it.
so if it's too big and scary, then you're not going to help. Is that it?
Yep.
No, that just changes how we deal with it.
When you say deal with it, are you going to kill it?
No.
Probably.
So, certainly one of the possible goals. Kill it, drive it away from people.
You may be... I don't know. I don't even know if that's possible.
Truly.
I didn't even get a good look at it. I didn't even see it. All I saw were these beady yellow eyes in the darkness. Or that, the two of us, we were playing. We shouldn't have been playing, I guess. Durko said he had found some treasure, some sort of buried treasure. He was gonna show me. But we were going there to see it. And while we were going, I heard some noise, some strange noise, like a clicking sound. And he kind of like imitates, I don't know, imitates a clicking sound with his mouth that I will not replicate. And I asked him, I stopped, I said, what is this? What's going on? And he didn't know, I didn't know. And that's when I saw them. The beady eyes. And then all of a sudden, Durko was screaming for his... And then he like puts his hands on his ears and kind of like clamps up. You can tell he's like reliving the scene, and it's gonna be gonna be silent for a while as he's
Oh,
processing it again.
I'll like climb down off my horse and just sit beside him.
Out with it, boy.
Are you showing a mercy of some kind? I feel like.
Some
No,
sort, yes.
no, Valor. Honestly, sitting next to the plague, valorous.
It's, both are actually befitting. That's fair. Yeah, mercy of some
Okay.
kind.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How do we want
It'll be
to
okay.
make this interesting? I'm curious to get the opinions of the other knights who are seeing Dame Laura treat this peasant quite nicely, quite like honestly, like the difference in station is there. So like if they may feel like this is inappropriate, or they may just like maybe, hey, we just got to get the shit done. Like what is the thought here? Because it would be a little bit weird. Maybe, but you do know she is also famously merciful, right? You're 16 plus or whatever.
17.
17. So you know this is in her wheelhouse. So yeah, how does your knight maybe reconcile that? Laura has no qualms. Yeah. Stefan tells the squire to jot down
that down.
that she is a nerd.
Jot down she's a peasant lover.
Yeah. Says the actual peasant lover.
Even funnier.
It's a different kind of love.
It's true. Oh, that's true, my
Yep.
lord.
Does Yatsik have any? Does
Yeah,
Yatsik have
does
any
not
opinions?
care either way.
Yeah.
He doesn't thumb his
He's
nose
here to
at
get the job
peasants,
done.
but he's no lover of peasants either.
Yeah, fair.
I think Vlad has
You're a business.
has raised eyebrows that sort of makes note that she doesn't care about her station that much. Because I don't think he's seen that necessarily yet, or if so, he's like confirming it, that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
he understands the merciful side of her, so he says nothing, but
Yeah.
thinks about it.
Very good. Yeah, so the boy calms down. I suppose. What other information might you be trying to get out of this character?
You know where you were.
Yeah, he's back to like the silent treatment, but he shakes his head yes.
Which, assume you can't write, but would you be able to tell us where that is, or how you got there?
Give me. I think it's gonna be what is it?
Hate
Peasant
or
skill, folklore.
Hey, no,
A folklore test. Yeah.
that's one of my best skills. Oh my god, you have really high
Million.
folklore.
Gotcha. I mean, you get the impression that the kid obviously knows or has a good idea of where he was. Maybe he's blocking it out, maybe whatever, but he is definitely not willing to go into any kind of detail there. So. I will just remind that if you do kind of want a tour or a guide of some sort through the mining operations, that what's his name? Councilman
Torben?
Torben,
Mm-hmm.
yep, has offered to provide that for you. But yeah,
Somewhere
this
less
kid is reluctant to
specific.
give you. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So
I
this
understand.
kid is. Yeah.
When I was your
He's
age,
well, kind of. Oh, go ahead.
when I was your age, I was thrust rather unexpectedly into situations much of this sort. I was fortunate to be aiding somebody who, she gestures towards the rest of the party. Like, this stands so gallantly. I'm sorry you went through that.
It should be noted that when Laura says thrust, Stefan looks over at Vlad and wiggles his eyebrows.
I think Vlad stays facing straight ahead and tries to be as deadpan as possible and ignore it.
Vlad, why are you
Should
sweating,
that be?
man?
Should
Do
that
you have to
be?
play?
It's not sweat, Yatsik, it's raining.
No, I can see your pores are open, dude.
You're definitely like soaking wet more
just
than the
rain.
rest of
It's
us.
just
You're
rain.
shiny right now, man.
I've got a glow about me. My wife tells me as
No.
much.
Nice.
I'm married, by the way.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Married, by the way.
I appreciate the implication that he's worried about Yatsik specifically.
I'm not married.
Okay, man, whatever. Good for you.
Okay. Anyway.
These gallant folk. But it gets better. You'll still have these days. You'll still have these moments. But it does get better. You'll get further away with time.
He does seem comforted by the words, but just kind of remains there, kind of hugging his legs, rocking back and forth, doing some self-soothing behaviors.
May I ask, did anybody else know that the two of you were leaving that day?
He shakes his head no.
Okay. Anybody else have a off-the-wall question?
Certainly not.
All right. Young man, thank you for telling us what you could. I'm sorry for making you go back through that.
A little hard to see between the mix of the rain, whether or not he's shedding some tears
Just rain.
or sweating out of his eyes. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I did.
But,
I did have one more question. Boy, tell me, is your mother still married, or has the plague taken her husband?
Oh.
I'm gonna roll dice because I don't. I think we should just let that decide. What was your question? Is she still married?
Yeah.
He shakes his head no. Jeez,
Excellent.
she is not married.
Wrong answer, kid.
Good to know. Good to
Oh, no,
know.
Yatsik's gonna kill him.
Don't worry, my boy. You'll have a new brother soon.
Oh my
I ride
God. Well, now you're legendarily lustful. That's true.
He's spreading the
He's spreading something.
spreading
I'm
his
sowing.
fame.
I'm sowing my
And his
seeds.
seed.
My wild oats.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I used to be like that. Then I got
Cool.
married. You know. Changes everything.
You could still be like this, you know.
All right. Shall we go to investigate the quarry, or is there anything else that?
Before we leave, I'll just tell him if he thinks of anything else, no matter how big nor small, either to come tell us or to tell the steward. He will probably inform us. Probably be willing to hear
He
it
gives
out.
the head nod.
Thank you, son.
Yeah.
We dap him up before we leave. Hannah, don't laugh at that.
All right. He is totally
Dap
dapped
up the
at this
crying
point.
child.
He's totally dapped.
Poor kid.
You guys are stealing my thing right now.
I'm sorry.
Hey, cut it out. No, stop.
Yep. If this was Delta Green, we would say he is dapped to violence.
I can't wait to make my next character Gerald of Rivers.
Gerald of the River. He calls him Jerry.
I'm a watcher, you see. I look at stuff.
I'm a watcher.
Ooh, quarry time.
I'm
Let's roll.
going to, railroad you all into going to the quarry.
I'm fine with that.
Enough of this.
would
I
love
was
that.
where we were going
I
anyway.
Enough of this
literally have-
fiddling around.
The only other option is to ride in the plane corner, and I want to go to the quarry.
All right. Yeah. So you see, it's quite busy now. There's lots of people working the mines, as it were, looking quite, unpleasant and unhappy about it. But whatever. Lots of people are murmuring and just being grumpy peasant folk. But the quarry master is there, and yeah. He, I suppose, greets you, and yeah, we can just kind of dive into our exploration of the mine, the quarry. It's a maze of twists and turns, and parts of it are underground, parts of it are open air, and the place that he believes is most interesting to look at is going to be the area where it's believed that Morin and Yaska were last kind of exploring or looking around. Again, they were trying to find like a new vein of sorts, to kind of open up, a new direction for the mine. So yeah, you're led into what kind of feels like a bit of a lower level area. He's got, a lantern of some kind, and your squires maybe who are with you are also carrying lanterns for you to help illuminate the situation. But it is obviously kind of dark in here, and eventually kind of the torches that are lit along the dark hallways just give way to the darkness, because this area hasn't been explored really in any great detail. Let me get, please, an awareness roll from everybody.
Oh boy. So glad I put so many points into this one.
Trust me, guys, I got this.
Double 17.
Don't worry, fellas.
Oh,
I've
shit.
got this.
Triple 17.
Don't worry, fellas.
Four
We've got this.
17s?
Don't worry.
Is that possible?
We each step forward. We've got this.
That's insane.
Wow.
we must have all
Really
clicked the
good.
button at the exact same time. It's the only
Yep. What's the
explanation.
seed for this game?
Yeah.
It is complete darkness. Your lamps have blown out, and you see nothing now.
Vlad, hold on, I'm scared.
So yeah, you're wandering around, looking around this area, and nothing really seems to come of it. The more that you're in here, though, you start to feel a little bit of a vibe. Actually,
A good
it's not a vibe. It's actually a very concrete sensory experience, and it smells terrible. It smells horrific. It smells like decomposing body.
Mm.
And you can kind of vaguely point towards a direction, um, that seems to be off one of the little offshoot natural crevices.
Wlad, please tell me you farted.
I think he looks back at you. And then he just keeps going down the tunnel. I think he just doesn't. What do I say to that? It's a fear fart.
Oh, excuse me.
Squire, write down that you.
Oh,
were
so he's
one
heading
who
in the
fear
direction
farted.
of the.
Yeah, towards the smell. I would.
Squire, write down how I
Okay.
braved to scare away the monster. I farted
So loudly, scared the monster back into its den. Yes.
Bravely farted the monster away.
Bravely farted the monster away. So fucking funny.
It's so stupid.
Oh my shit.
It's just a smell.
As
of
you're going
memories.
through, navigating the cave in the direction of the fart as best you can, you also do hear some running water sounds. Apparently, there's some source of water that's dripping somewhere throughout this cave system.
Hmm.
You eventually come upon the scene of what looks like to at least Master Torben's eyes, a collapse of some kind. There are, it looks like some fallen rocks, and you can kind of like, obviously, as he points it out, where, there may have been a minor collapse, but like these rocks are fairly sizable, and like if they had fallen on you, you would probably be dead. You inspect the area kind of quite naturally, but there is no sign of dead bodies. But curiously, what you discover is some signs of dried blood, and it appears to be pretty. You would actually, before I give additional details, let's get a first aid roll from everybody.
Ooh, my specialty. Well, I'm not bad at it. I'm just not good at it. Oh, is that a crit?
He's having a hard time.
A crit?
Is the one good?
What?
I can't tell.
Wow. Yeah, one is good.
I thought
It's a
shit,
success.
and then I
It's
got a
always
crit.
success. Sometimes it's crit.
Dame Laura's lucky there's not we're not performing first aid, or she just killed the patient.
Good one! Squire, write that down. That's totally.
When Yatsik says that, Stefan might remember that Vlad critically failed trying to treat his leg after the battle with.
You're just like,
Maybe.
Wasn't my fault.
Squire, read that page back to me.
Hold on.
Yeah, the record actually states that it was Dame Laura, even though everyone knows it was. Like, it's already been changed.
I
Stefan's
thought
lost.
I thought so. The mind plays tricks on you, see.
All right, so to the people who succeeded on the roll, it appears that the vast majority of blood loss is here, and it's quite likely that perhaps buried somewhere in the rubble, but it's unlikely, are the bodies of the two missing miners. But Vladislav, with his critical success, notes a blood trail that is obviously dried at this point, but there's like flecks of blood in another kind of like particular direction. Color it however you want to. Another path that kind of leads deeper into the mine, deeper into this unexplored area.
Should we follow the blood path? Also, how narrow is this place, by the way?
The current place that you're in right now kind of feels like, like a bedroom size maybe. So it's not massive, but it's not small. It's small enough where you can kind of stand comfortably, or large enough that you can stand comfortably in it.
Comfortably enough to swing swords and stuff, if we needed to.
It would be a little bit. It would be a little bit challenging. Yeah, it wouldn't be built
Might be
for
better.
that.
Might be better for spears in here then.
I'll stick with sword. Wait.
Yeah, like a short sword would
Yes.
do you well, but if you were like using a long sword, you might be.
I don't know that
Consider
we even
yourself
have
challenged.
short swords. I don't
I
know how
haven't
big
yet.
our
I don't think
arming
anyone
sword
wields
is.
a two-handed.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, your arming sword would probably be fine.
All right.
Oh, good. Yes.
Vlad's
Enough
just
to stab. It
he's
would be
considering
adequate.
that in case we have to have a fight with the thing. Doesn't want to get caught unawares for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does the this sounds ridiculous. Does the cave-in, like the minor cave-in, look recent? Or is it
Mm. I don't know if it would be easy enough to tell.
perhaps?
I think we can just give this. Yeah, it looks natural and it looks like it occurred, some time ago, not like within weeks. Like it looks like it's been disturbed at some point, but like there's, yeah,
Alright.
dust has begun to resettle there.
I wanted to figure out if it was knocked down when they died, but hard to tell.
Yeah. Like at this point you don't even know when. Oh, you're talking about like some CSI, the Age of the Blood. The
Well, I mean, like, if
Yeah.
it looks like the wall was slammed, that could mean something.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, that angle. Yeah, for sure. It looks like it was natural. I don't think there's any reason to suspect otherwise. There's not like a clear fist print that caused the cave in.
Okay.
It's
I'm down to
not
trust
clear that
Wlad.
it was a golem. All right. Proceeding on then. If nobody
if you
is
cut that
too
lantern back
cowardly
on
yet. Oh, yes, milady. Your squire pipes up. Whoever they are. Whoever that dirty squire was. So you go deeper into and kind of follow this trail of blood. Parts of it become narrow, so narrow that maybe you have to crawl one person at a time. But at the other side of it is like a little bit more spacious kind of situation. But eventually, this leads you to. Let me find it. What looks like the entrance of a larger chamber. And just outside the chamber are two rotten, decomposing bodies that are placed on either side of the entrance. Councilman
Please?
Torben. It looks like they sat down on either side of the thing and died there. So how likely it is that they did that, you would imagine it's probably pretty unlikely. Councilman Torben confirms that, like from their clothes and relative size, like this was probably the two of them. But they've been rotting in here for several weeks, months. So I don't know how long it takes for human bodies to decompose and all that kind of jazz, but I imagine they're pretty gnarly.
9 weeks, probably pretty bad.
Yeah.
The scent would be
Yeah.
right.
I mean, bugs are definitely feasting.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
You were right that there'd be a scent.
Mm-hmm.
Above their corpses, as you kind of look at the strange situation, it looks like there are some hand-painted symbols on either side that kind of decorate this stony surface that seems like it's formed an entrance into a deeper chamber, like a larger chamber. Let me just clarify maybe the situation. This larger chamber that I'm speaking of is like on the other side of like a crack, like not even a fully formed kind of entrance to it. Like you could probably squeeze in there, but you're not in there right now. Like you know that that chamber exists, but you haven't like explored it yet. You're on the other side of that, where the two bodies have been placed. I don't know how if that clarified things any. So feel free to ask, but
No, I feel even less clear.
okay. So you all are
we
coming down a
have
narrow
not-
passage. Oh, go ahead.
So we've squeezed through a narrow passage, and we're still in
Mhm.
one. And at the
Kind
like
of like
the
in a hallway
opening
situation.
to that, before it would go to a larger cavern, the two of them were sit to either side.
Correct. Yeah.
Like an alcove or something, or just against the wall?
Just against the wall, like on either side of this crack or ill-formed entrance to a larger chamber. They're placed on either side of it, like facing your direction, so to speak.
Do you think it's a message to keep out?
I don't think so.
Oh, we'll go right
Give
in, Sir
me.
Steph.
So this is
Just a dent.
an excellent point to check in with what your knights might believe about the situation. So I'm looking for a test of spiritual versus worldly.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual, if they feel like this is something supernatural and maybe mystical, etc., or worldly, like maybe a person did this, some sort of cultist, or
Interesting.
maybe there is a monster here, but like it's just totally natural phenomenon. There's no magic involved, etc.
If I fail my spiritual, do I need to roll worldly?
Yes.
And then if I fail that, I get to choose. Oh, I'm
Yep.
feeling
Oh,
worldly
that's-
about this. Interesting.
I like how we all defaulted to spiritual. It's very funny.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wlad doesn't think so, though.
He's like, maybe. Nah.
No, no. This is man-made. Perhaps there's bandits in here.
No. No.
The
Ready your sword, Yatsik.
lesser
Yeah. So let me cover.
entities of the woods have definitely been known to make grand displays. I wouldn't doubt it of the cavern or of a temple.
Yes.
We're not
Mm.
at
Yeah.
a just like plainly to the steward.
Oh.
Do you know if there was a temple or something down here?
Ooh, that's an excellent question. Hold that thought. Let me clarify a little bit what your knights may believe or may not believe about the situation, because you also have different religions present here, so you'll believe certain things versus other things.
Mm-hmm.
So for Yatsik, who I believe is a follower of like the normal pantheon, the
old
old
shit.
old gods, so to
Yeah.
speak. Yep. He would feel like, or no, get a feeling like this is some sort of protected place by, perhaps a servant of one of the old gods, perhaps. He would have some reservation about trespassing, perhaps. For Dame, he may feel like, whatever's at work here, like maybe these symbols are protecting the souls of the two bodies. You know, like some sort of positive association is here for him with it. For our Cult of the Fire folks, this is clearly evil at work here. You know, the evil taint of the conjunction of the spheres situation has spread here, and this needs to be purged. Kind of would perhaps be your belief about what's going on here.
And what about me?
Vlad is worldly, so he's feeling like none of that is kind of at play here. That perhaps misguided worshippers have done their silly little symbols to ward of something, but that doesn't mean anything because obviously they're worshiping the wrong gods. So
True. I'm so glad you
Yeah.
said it for me.
something along those lines. So
Yeah.
you're obviously kind of open to riff off of those kind of vibes, but and then Stefan, Stefan is a fire boy too. Okay. So to the question of a temple being here, actually,
Probably some elf bullshit.
he scratches his head for a second. He's like, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's been probably hundreds of years, but this could very well have been a mass grave of some kind from back in the day. We could check the records, so to speak. And
Crane's neck mechanically back to look at him. What?
What? I draw my
what do
blade.
you mean, what? These things happen all the time. Actually, yeah. Let me get a stewardship roll from everybody.
Stewardship. That's not
Stewardship,
knightly.
or first aid.
That's
I'll
not
let you
knightly.
choose. Stewardship or first aid.
Of
I
course
guess
I'm
stewardship
picking
is 1
stewardship.
point better.
I'm gonna roll stewardship just in case I win. No. Okay.
Oh wow, the double 15s. Should we go for?
No, there's no quad 17 again though. That was insane.
We haven't rolled our 69 yet, so I'm still holding my breath there. But
That's true. That's true. We'll get there one day.
boundary won't fail us. Oh, it's because we're not rolling D100s. I mean, I'll have to roll some more D100s, I guess. All right, Stefan, Laura, Vlad, did Yatsik?
Oh, I thought I did it for a second.
Brother. Brother.
Did Yatsik step away?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do you mind if we take
We'll
a
skip
real
him
quick?
for now then.
I was gonna say, do you mind if we take a real quick bio break?
Yeah, no, that's great.
All right, be right back, y'all.
Let's do that. All right.
This is some bullshit.
I just bought a 5070 Ti.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Enjoy your new graphics. Minecraft's gonna play so good now.
I can finally turn shaders up to medium.
Dude, you'll be able to play like fucking
I had a apparently, which I knew this, so this is not like a surprise, but like the 4060 that I have is kind of like the high-end graphics card, because ultimately it is a high-end graphics card. It is like the lowest performing of a high-end graphics card. I hope the stream is muted right now so they're not hearing me, but I guess whatever. But I speak the truth, even if they can hear me. This is unfortunately
they
true.
can hear you.
The 4060 is like the lowest performing high-end graphics card. And it just gets outclassed by like a lot of other things. So and I own a 4060. So like I know I need a replacement, and now that I don't need to save up to immediately move out, I can be a little bit more I can just buy some. I can buy something that I want right now. So fuck it, right?
Mm-hmm. That makes some sense.
And while
A
I have the money to
4060
afford a
is,
5070, I can't afford a. I would have loved to get a 5080, but like, I don't have $2,500, so I can't afford that quite yet.
Dude, I'm on like a 2070 that I got as a gift.
I had a 1050 until a few months ago, so you know, I get it. It was not until I got the job that I'm currently at that I upgraded my PC because I'm, making money enough to actually be able to pay for it. So like, it was not until May that I had the 1050 for like since the 30 series first came out is when I think I had it. So like, it's been a long, long time.
Just
And
be
it
sure
it was.
your processor and motherboard keeps up. You're more likely to
Oh,
bottleneck there right
well,
now.
it's a fully new PC. Like it's not. I didn't just replace the graphics card. I replaced everything. Like I bought a full new PC. Yeah, it's not. It's not just. I didn't just buy a 50 series to put into a 2012 PC. Although that would be really funny. I tried putting the 4060 into my old PC, and it plum don't turn on. So
Yeah.
which
Might
makes
not fit
sense.
the power
You know.
demands.
Yeah. Well, no, the PSU wasn't the problem. It's just the motherboard not compatible with it, which happens. You know, it's an old bit of hardware, and it was not meant for that much expansion. So, but yeah, everything I have now is going to be able to handle a 5070. So I don't have to worry about that. But yeah.
Riddle me this, sir. Where did you get your parts from?
I got it off a Newegg. I bought
Okay.
a pre-built. I didn't want to
Okay.
at least for for my new PC I just bought a pre-built with the knowledge that I got a pre-built that had DDR5 RAM and like a good CPU that'll last me a few years because like and then just like I cheaped out on the graphics card. So essentially like
Mm-hmm.
because I knew I already had a 4060, right? So like I had already bought that beforehand, so I didn't need like
Yeah.
a nice graphics card at the time. So that's yeah. Um yeah, so I do Newegg. I trust them to deliver the good stuff. And then pre-built if you trust if you trust the seller. I personally would not I can't see myself building a PC. So
I was gonna say, what if you're
I
stupid
don't
and
trust.
can't build a PC?
Yeah, like I don't trust. Yeah, exactly right. So
Real.
like I don't trust myself to build it. So
Yeah, literally
like
last
I'll end
time
up
I
forgetting
tried to
thermal
like,
paste or something.
I had an issue with needing to dust out a laptop. I opened it up and tried to fix it, and I broke some important shit,
Yep.
and I had to buy a new laptop.
Yep.
I said, well, no more of that. We'll just buy the pre-built.
Yeah. Yep. That ain't gonna work. You know, I
Real.
definitely while I would like to someday, that's definitely like a once I have quite a bit of disposable income, I'll do that.
Sure.
Many
Not
florins.
not presently when if I break something here, I'm out like, a month's whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's just
Yeah.
I don't want to be make a decision like that and then end up out $500 because you pulled the CPU lever thing down wrong or whatever, and it's like, well, you broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta buy a new one. It's like, well, that's not great. But yeah,
You didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
that's my
I've done that one.
my fun thing. That's while we were having that conversation about the spiritual versus worldly, I was buying a 5070 Ti. I think that's kind of funny. But yeah, don't need to save up anymore, so
Nice.
spend what you have. Right?
Nice. I like that idea. Cause yeah,
So Josh
I built my
obviously
PC.
leans towards indulgent.
It just,
I'm sorry.
oh, totally.
I'm famously indulgent, brother. My
No,
indulgent is
in real
16.
life, you are. Interesting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm famous for my indulgence.
Sorry I interrupted you, Drew.
You should be.
Oh, it's all good.
I will weep
Yeah.
for my interruption later.
Yeah, so we're about to get to the good part of the of the investigation, so to speak. Yeah, okay. Are we all back, or is?
Yeah, we're back.
I see Laura's muted, but
I'm
okay.
here.
Okay,
I was being noisy, so I muted.
gotcha.
Lame.
Thank you, thank you. So, where were we? Yeah, where were we?
We were about to go
Y'all
into
are
the
outside
thing.
of.
Yeah,
I believe we killed the monster,
Oh, yeah.
and we're collecting our reward. I think.
correct. That's it.
Oh, nice.
It was a
Nice.
lubberkin or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I think it was a Tarrasque. We beat it.
I think it was a werebub actually. A werebub.
It was an entire
Oh, failed stewardship
war.
rolls.
Lots of bad stewardship.
Yeah, I think we were just
Oh,
passing
yeah.
the corpses.
Oh, did
I don't know.
Yatsik, you didn't roll on that last one, did you?
Oh, true. Stewardship.
No, I was away, I
or
suppose.
Something.
He could redeem. All right, so we're looking for a stewardship roll. Somebody
Just
has an
stewardship,
interesting
not anything else?
conjecture.
Yeah. Roll a 15.
Oh, stewardship or what did I say? First aid?
First aid.
Yeah, so either of those two. Oh, wow.
Hey, but you learned
Nice.
from that one. You know, that one checks it.
Mm-hmm.
It was pre-checked, I'm afraid.
Oh. Well.
I ain't learning shit.
So yeah, if you could, just kind of like as an option, he mentioned that there's some records, perhaps, like some city records of, dating back to this place's origin. So maybe there's some sort of clue hidden there that you could go back and try to explore. But like off the top of your heads, you're trying to think of, and you asked this Torben guy, like, is this a temple? He doesn't seem to recall anything, and yeah, like maybe this is a temple, but nobody's quite sure at this point. But yeah, those of you that kind of are in the spiritual realm, like it does feel like either holy ground or cursed ground, depending on your stance of the unnatural. Or the barrier to such ground.
I have no qualms walking across it.
I will slay
Yep.
this on the other side.
Inspecting,
Abomination.
perhaps a little bit more closely, this
Squiggly
This,
writing and stuff?
between-
Yeah.
yeah, between the rooms rather, like the entrance to the larger chamber, so to speak.
A threshold.
It looks like it's cracked plaster that maybe used to seal the room, but seems like it's been pierced and broken through and kind of carved out so that somebody could potentially squeeze themselves through to the other side if they wanted to.
Like it's been like carved from our side.
Yes, yeah.
Does the
Yeah,
gravy
like it
talk
would
about
not
it?
take too much brain power to suspect that, yeah, maybe Morin and Yaska, well, somebody like picked through, like maybe with a pickaxe to the other side. You can now, if you wish, get a bit more of a glimpse into the other room without, still kind of breaking the threshold.
Yes.
Yes. Holding the torchlight out, you kind of like still see, you're only seeing a sliver of the room at a time, kind of loosely illuminated. But it looks like there are hundreds of bones and kind of just kind of littered about in this other room. Obviously, incredibly dust covered. And give me maybe another awareness test, just to see if you can spot something from out there. Everyone is welcome to do so. Oh, Stefan with another one. All right.
Damn.
For those of you who succeed, there are a couple of things that you notice. Oh, somebody crit. Okay, great. So, for those of you that succeeded, it looks like on the far end maybe of this chamber there are it looks like there's some sort of ornate carved how should I describe it? As if it was like a large grand door, if you imagine like a dwarf fortress kind of situation, like just large carved stone doors. But it doesn't look like it's a door. It just looks like it could have been a door, but it's just a huge like ornately carved block of rock on the far end. Dame Laura sees, just kind of barely glinting in the torchlight, is a rope that seems like it hangs from somewhere far above.
It appears that these two were not the first to have cracked inside of there.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, there's a rope hanging down into the room. Presumably, if we followed it back up, it'd go to the surface somewhere.
I wonder. Let's find out.
Mm. Can I like superstition check myself? Like, hey, is there anything aside from this being sealed? Are there like runes, etchings, writings, anything around?
A recipe
So
on
there
the
are
wall?
kind of like the blood, or yeah, like there are the drawings, the crude drawings that are there, but like you can roll. I mean, if you want to roll folklore, maybe we'll give you that, but
Is that a crit? Oh no, it's a fail.
it's a fail. But so
Hey, what
yeah,
are,
like
can I tell at all?
it's.
Or is it just
I mean, you can make them out, but they look like nonsense. Like they're not any language or any symbols that you recognize.
They're not real.
Like it just looks like finger painting, you know? Like somebody, like some kid, maybe even the two teenage kids, like if they were to finger paint some sort of made up language, you know, and call this their magical hideout, you know?
Durko. First of his stupid name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you won't be laughing when Durko the Seventh rules the
Durko the
realm.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Ye-
Yes. So this is
significantly-
perhaps the point. Go ahead.
grown significantly more hesitant to go back and research why this was built now that we can tell it's open either way.
We must burn it in the name of the fire.
There are many things that deserve burned on the fire, but
Namely, this place.
there are other ways to cleanse and other ways to protect.
Nope.
Stone
Not
doesn't
according to our religion.
burn well.
That is not. The eternal fire shall burn all.
Makes the symbol of the eternal fire.
Yeah, I hold my torch out.
It is a protectorate first, and our duty is to protect people. I don't. Like, she's like antsy about this threshold.
Well, I'm going in. I squeeze my way in.
I will also go in, but
All right.
because I don't feel like it's. I don't feel any spiritual connection.
I will also follow.
Perhaps more misguided people inside.
All right, so we're up to 3 people going in at this point. Does Dame Laura intend to follow,
Loria.
or is she gonna wait for a moment to see what happens?
As long as they're in line of sight,
If
she's
you're not sh-
like hesitant. She's not
Okay.
crossing it, but she will
Mhm.
like look to the steward and tell him directly, block off not just this path, everything leading back to the end of its branch. Block it off. Don't let anyone past it.
What if you
Hello?
are you to sacrifice yourselves here?
What?
We will bury you
No!
if that is your wish.
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm
no.
married.
As in, no.
I'm married.
As in, don't let anyone follow us immediately. We will be back.
I don't think anyone.
I'll summon the guards. He says,
Yeah.
you know, and
I don't know.
runs off for some backup. Okay, I was gonna say if you want to put this to the test of dice, you can do Valorous versus Prudent. But that said, those of you that are going in, I need you to make a Valorous test. For 2 of you, it's gonna be at -3, and for somebody, it's gonna be at -4. So I'll let you kind of decide
What?
who is taking what negatives to their test, but
That's interesting.
Negatives doesn't mean it makes
Yes.
it harder to be valorous.
Yeah.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going
It
in.
reduces the target number.
I'm going first, so I think mine should be low. Like I should get less of a penalty,
Right.
because I'm clearly
You should
the
be a
bravest,
-3.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm clearly the bravest, Thomas.
Okay. That makes sense. You spoke up first, and you claimed it. Rock paper scissors between.
I'll take
Wlad and Johnson.
I'll take the -4.
What is your valorous also 16?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't make a big difference.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
So
So it's a -4 or a minus what?
yours is a -3, mine's a -4.
3.
So -4.
Gotcha.
20. Damn, my cowardly just got checked.
Woo! Amen. Nice.
Look at that.
Brother, let us dance together.
I went in after Vladislav, and I just have to push him along. Come on, man, don't stop in front of me.
You know, when you walk, you have to move forward. You can't just walk in place.
I pick him
I
up.
need my bearings.
Slow
All
down.
you're getting here is the bear, pal.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
Travel's all in my
Yeah.
beard. It doesn't look good. Let me present myself.
I'm married, by the way. Did I
Don't
tell you
touch
that? My wife.
Well, perhaps you can be married further in front of me.
I quite like that idea. Yes.
Yeah. So if you had just failed, you would still, I think, have been able to go in the chamber and just operate with some negatives. But I think on a critical, like on a fumble, he can't tolerate being in here for some reason. It could be like, you know, he's actually afraid for his life, and like wants to see he wants to get back to his family, or it could be, it might make sense for him to lean on, you know, that little feeling on the back of his neck, you know, when he was out hunting that one day or on patrol, you know, like
Yeah,
something was
yeah.
out there watching him, and
A
it's
similar
like
feeling.
harkening back to him that never went away. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I
yeah.
think he's feeling that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, Yatsik pushes him forward, but once he's in the chamber, he dips back out. You'll get another chance to kind of test this later, but at least for the time being, we will have only our 2 knights in this chamber alone. Torchlight kind of helping to illuminate the situation. So now you do indeed clearly see.
What's it? Did we do the Terminator handshake? What is it? I don't
You mean the
remember.
Predator one?
Predator?
Yeah, the Predator handshake.
The Terminator handshake.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't. I only know the gift. I only know the gift.
We do the handshake and it's so loud it echoes in the chamber.
Causes another crash in.
You know what? I looked up Terminator handshake and it did show me the same one, so I'll take it.
That's
Yeah.
probably because it's Arnie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a stupid.
All right, so yeah. The 2 of you are in here, and there's bones all around. You're kicking them aside as you're stepping through. Maybe not kicking them, that's a little bit strong. You're moving them aside or having to clear a path for your feet to move through here. You do see a dangling rope from above, and perhaps there's a slight bit of light that's coming through there. It's not entirely illuminated. You can't see exactly up to the sky above, but it seems like it's not too far beyond what you're able to see. And there is water dripping down from there, presumably rainwater. You also you get a little bit better view of like that large stone sculpture kind of situation that was there. And it looks like there's a sarcophagus or a couple sarcophagi that are there. And in addition to that, it looks like there's another body that is like, perhaps we'll say it's nestled between the 2 sarcophagi. There is this other corpse that you can make out. It looks like that this is the corpse of a teenage boy, and it's been covered in flowers. And you can make a folklore or a religion test to perhaps discern the meaning of it.
Ooh.
Neither of these are very good, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
right. Yeah, not looking great.
Damn, I should roll folklore. That would have been a crit.
I
Oh.
don't know jack shit.
Trust me on this one.
I got a good idea on this one.
Mhm.
When you walk around as much as I
So
have, you see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you've been to perhaps several funerals of, maybe colleagues, other mercenaries, believers of the god Melitele, or Melitel, or however you want to say it. Kind of a goddess of... we can maybe consult the lore master on who this god is, but you would recognize this as like maybe a funerary rite that kind of aligns with this this faith, this religion. Like something has prepared this body for its passage to the other life.
We've walked into something of a mausoleum, it would seem.
That's weird. Interesting.
Yes.
Shall we
Would
have a
either
look in
of
the
you like to
sarcophagus?
inspect-
I'll walk over.
Respectfully.
I'm already pushing open the lid. Did you say something? I can't hear you over the grinding of stone on stone.
I take out my sword.
It's very loud. What?
Yeah, you take out your sword, and Stefan is attempting to open the sarcophagus. Go ahead and give me a strength test, sir.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. No!
Yes, yes,
No!
yes. He's so weak
Come on!
with his
Shut
baby
up!
arms.
Oh my god.
Don't strain yourself. Push
All
with your
right.
legs.
You sound like to me.
So as Stefan is like desperately, you know, not desperately, but he's
Pulling
like,
his
this will be
muscle.
easy, and starts to push on it. And
Mhm.
yeah, sees it's gonna be a little take a bit more effort.
Anyone would have pulled their hammy in that situation.
Both of you begin to very clearly hear like a series of ticks, like rhythmic ticking. It's not like a clock. It sounds more um, like a mode of communication. I can't quite describe it. Not like frogs croaking, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. Help me with this sarcophagus.
No.
And the two of you get a very clear sense that this is like a warning of some kind. You know, like animalistically, like you just get this sense in your body, like you can't tell what it's saying, but it's like back the fuck off, basically.
I'm sure it's fine.
Can't see it at this point. What would you like to do?
I think maybe you're less courageous and more foolhardy.
What's the difference? Anyway,
I think if you don't know, there's no use telling you.
come now, help me put this open.
Nope.
Stop dragging your feet. Come.
Not unless you're paying me.
I'll pay you half of whatever's inside.
I don't rob from the dead.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Thumbs up.
I knew it. Now help me push this open. Don't worry, if I take it out and then give it to you, then you're not stealing. That's how it works.
It's coming from a living person.
Exactly! It's very different.
Ill-gotten
You-
gains are
you
no
sh-
less ill secondhand.
You shout from the entrance.
No. I'm busy being
I hear
pale.
a
And
quiver in your
It's
voice.
fine!
it's just rain. I'm not sweating.
All right.
It's not even
The
raining
rain
anymore.
permeates down here.
He's sweating.
What a terrible day for rain. Yeah.
Based, actually.
All right. So
I intend to leave.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No, we came here for a reason.
Good luck, Stefan.
And you can do that reason. I don't want to be here whenever that warning triggers.
Brother, that's the whole reason we came here!
Yeah.
What do
but,
you mean?
Yeah, but there's only two of us right now. And one of us, I think, is pissing himself outside.
Now you're annoying me. Now you're really
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
on my
yeah, yeah.
nerves.
All right. So does Yatsik kind of continue to stay and watch and see what happens, or does he leave?
I will watch to see what happens.
All right. Both
Just-
of you give me an alertness test.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Awareness.
Oh yeah, sorry. Mixing up my games.
Yipes.
I think that
Not
checks out.
good. Yeah, not good.
You're too busy yelling at me, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying to make sure you don't die horribly.
Yeah. You see a pair of let's look at them. I think they're probably yellowish eyes appear from one of the dark corners of the cave, and let's see what that is. Oh, I don't want to do it that way. Oh, good thing I have it set up a different way. All right. Seemingly out of almost nowhere, although we can easily infer it's coming from the direction of the two eyes, Yatsik, or sorry, not Yatsik, but Stefan is smashed in the side by something that it's clearly dark, so you can't make out what it is. But it smacks him quite strongly, so strong that you take 7 points of damage from it. through your armor.
Yow!
And he goes stiff and then crumbles.
Like to dust? He's just dead?
No, like he
Yeah, it
just
crumbles to the ground.
loses his balance.
Okay, just being clear.
Yeah, okay.
This is a thing that could happen, so.
Yeah. Fair fire.
Can I like draw a sword and then try to grab Stefan in the other hand, like drag him away from whatever?
I'll kill him, I'll do it.
You don't get to kill him, I do.
Use
No, I
a
want to like try to
sheet
get him
leave.
away from the hag. The hag that's in the chat, but is not obvious to me necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
gonna
can
drag him away. Like, we have company in here.
Yeah. So you say these words and you go to drag him away, and you just hear like this very anxious, or not anxious, but like very rapidly clicking, very aggressively clicking, but it just kind of like it blinks at you and looks at you, but as you approach, it doesn't seem to attack you. And yeah, so you're able to grab him and start to drag him towards the entrance. Now, the two of you on the outside would have heard kind of this little commotion, and you would have heard Yatsik say what he said. Would you like to enter the cave, or what would you like to do?
Fuck. Yeah, I'll fucking squeeze through while fucking calling back. This is why you don't fuck with the realms of the old ones.
I thought you were the one who wanted to defend the stupid peasants.
With a plan, you fuck, you crap.
Well, you were coming up with one.
Now's not the time. You landed poofed.
You can't say that, you're paralyzed.
That's
Yeah.
not me.
Once I get unparalyzed, you're gonna be so sorry.
Yeah.
I move his mouth for him. Know what he's saying. Don't worry.
I'll
Please
translate
come help
later.
me. Yeah.
Does Stefan wanna, or sorry, not Stefan, but does Vlad want to go through too?
He's definitely
that
going to be the
Daimler is
last
there.
one. I think he's almost as scared to be by himself at this point, and Torben is not going to be any use. So, yeah.
All right, so I need the two of you that are going in to roll Valorous. It'll be at a -2 penalty for both of you.
Interesting. Time to fail it again.
Almost crit.
Ooh. Almost.
As long as you don't get a 20.
Did Vlad? Okay, there we go. Hooray! So riddle me this. What is it that, kind of on the second attempt maybe steals your mind and your resolve to go in?
I think it's probably duty to friends, to his companions. They can't leave him in there to die.
Nice. Okay, you can check your whatever it is. You know what I mean.
I mean, loyalty companions
you know,
is
okay.
already checked, but that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. What about for Dame Laura? Is it just the urgency of the situation that draws her in, or?
Honestly, they fucked with some deep religious shit that I feel like there's something actually still here and still fucking.
I have great news for you.
Nope. No. Like, every instinct says to run, but her nature's to protect people first. So even if they fucking brought this on themselves.
Nice. Okay, so we'll paint the scene. The two of you have now kind of weaseled your way through the entrance, and at this point meet Yatsik, who has been dragging Stefan for a few. You can now make out from the far side of the room these beady eyes that are clicking aggressively. It seems like it has calmed down slightly, like it's not as rapid now, but you're able to kind of make eyes at what it is. And Stefan kind of begins to feel feeling come back to himself, like he's no longer paralyzed.
You blackguard! Come face me like a man!
I don't
Clicks
think it
back
is one.
aggressively.
You don't know that.
I guess that's true.
Click, click, click. Click, click, boom.
Come at me, heathen!
Would you like to roll your folklore now that you've kind of essentially identified the monster, quote unquote?
Sure.
Everyone is welcome to do so.
Do I believe it's even a monster?
Come face me, heathen!
Yeah, depending on your
And I'll
religious
roll in.
situation, you may believe that it's an unnatural being. That we'll see what you believe. We'll see what the dice tell us.
Oh no, shit.
Only a success from Laura. So, yeah, Laura, you were Cult of the Eternal Fire, and you believe, like, you had the spiritual experience of this. So, this creature, Josh, maybe you can help me with this one. Like, what do peasants know about hags or believe about hags? Something that would be, that like maybe it's their fault that they became a hag, or like some sort of negative connotation for like how one becomes a hag or where hags come from.
I believe it has something to do with like, it's something women related. I don't know if it's. I mean, they're known. What I do know is that they are called. Like people believe that they're at least mostly related to like drowners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think even like the wives of drowners or whatever. But
Mm.
I think I know that just probably based off of their appearance, they probably would look similar, or people might think that they're related to like old like widows or some such, who maybe lived in like swamps
Mm-hmm.
or like other really, grosser parts of the like Valen and stuff like that. It would probably be somewhat
Yeah,
related
Vlad,
to
how does
that,
that
I
make you feel?
would
As someone who lives in a dirty backwater tract of land. Just kidding.
assume.
But yeah, so that all tracks. They, Laura would know or have heard. They eat children. They steal children in the night. They've got big long fangs for sucking marrow out of bones. And looking at all the bones here, like yeah, it obviously feasted here. Like that's what attracted the hag here in the first place. Um, yeah, that's what you know, or that's what Dame Laura knows. The rest of you, this is your first encounter.
Roll sanity.
Mm,
I got a critical success. All right, sorry, a very hard success.
A hard success. I will say to Laura, you know that the claws on this thing are also quite dangerous. And yeah, obviously you all know that it can attack with its tongue to paralyze its prey.
like the like panic is what the panic is wearing off, but it's being replaced with adrenaline as she speaks out, just like, at least it's not an old one. It looks like a grave defiler. Just be careful around it. It can hit pretty far, and I've heard I heard they're nasty up close.
Still
See,
coming
he
out of his
gets it.
paralyzing. He's got like the equivalent of like Novocaine shots in his mouth. He can't talk.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really-
I lift him up and start like moving his arms, like when your leg falls asleep or whatever.
Pins
Come
and
on,
needles, pins and
Come on, man.
needles.
Step into my sword.
That's
I don't
funny.
think she can hear you.
Accept your punishment. Oh, God.
Get the squire to say it for you from now on.
Squire, threaten the hag for me.
Yes, my lord. You better get into
you
his.
fellow beast.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's a vile-hearted wench indeed for striking my master.
Yeah.
Good one, Squire. Write that one down.
All right. So what do you all do as your knights have kind of facing off from the far side of this cave? This hag that is croaking at you, telling you to get away.
Now, I want to ask this, and I'll ask a preamble question.
Mhm.
Is this a safe space? That's all I ask. Is this a safe space? Can I be vulnerable with you guys for a minute? Can I get a judgment-free zone
I
for a
hope
second?
the next word out of your mouth isn't wood.
That's no. Don't worry, it's a
Okay, then-
question. Don't worry, it's a
Then-
question.
yeah,
it's not a
yeah.
statement. Okay.
I won't
I'd
judge.
like if you had like a scale of 1 to 10.
Uh-huh.
What would the hag be on that? Would you say, Drew?
Oh,
hot
like
is
are we
this
talking
hag?
night wraith?
Oh,
versus-
hot.
The question.
I thought
He's
you were talking about
asking
like
whether or not
head.
he should say wood. Interesting.
Yeah. I want to see if I would or wouldn't first.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, she's got
You
good
killed
tongue.
him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I
Oh
think the-
no. Oh no. Drew said, fuck this,
Said,
bro.
"This
I
is
don't want
enough."
to do this shit anymore.
I'm tired of this guy.
Oh no.
Oh, he left. He briefly left the foundry too.
Oh
Like,
no,
Oh my god. Ew, that was really bad apparently.
that was heinous,
are we back?
Josh. You ruined it for him.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
hear you.
Hello.
I just like suddenly heard it go robotic. And like it was
Oh, yeah.
lagging super bad, so I was like, let me drop out and drop back. But yes, it was.
You
Perfect
dropped
time.
out at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
All right, so yeah, night wraith versus hag. Where are we on the scale of?
Yeah. Like on a scale of monsters, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How- How hot?
Shit. I think I need to roll a d100 to see.
Point
Okay, so
point
we
two
Or-
five.
D100 out of 10.
Or maybe we should put it to. Should we put it to your your lustful trait? Maybe?
Oh yeah, roll your lustful. See how you feel about it.
Oh my god.
I feel like that would be
Not
fun.
many other women have left me speechless.
Well, I mean, the proof is
Now-
in the pudding.
Now,
But you,
that friend.
yeah, you would have to crit to find them like actually appealing perhaps, but
This
it's not
No,
super.
she reminds me.
So it's like if I had a few shots of whiskey, maybe.
She reminds me of a peasant woman that puked on me once.
now, friends.
Stefan says, "Hear me out," but in a joking
Yeah.
way.
Perhaps you can be reasoned with.
Yeah, I mean, like very clearly, there's some death and decay on her, but put a bag over it maybe. I don't know.
It is raining outside.
Maybe some plug up your nose so you don't smell anything.
Yeah.
My lady.
Maybe put
I
a bag
will
over your
look
head
at
as well
you.
so you don't have to see it. So you know.
My lady, I'm willing to forgive and forget.
Yeah.
Tips
Okay.
fedora.
Tips, Fedora. Tips, Sally.
Nice.
Tips kettle hat.
Mhm.
What I did?
Hmm.
My hag.
You said the
Can
body
I-
of the boy was like covered in flowers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the two of you can see that now as well. Yeah. If you would like to also make religion checks to perhaps be able to check that skill, you can. Otherwise, we can assume that the other characters might disclose that info in terms of its relevance.
Yeah, I'll let them know that it's like a funerary situation here. I don't know if that's usual for.
Well, it's weird to me that the
Hags.
boy. Yeah, that's why. I was thinking the boy went missing, and they had a
I
funeral for
expect her
him
to have
with
used
his
it.
body.
I should have asked about his mom.
Hags are known to eat children.
This one is distinctly uneaten, it seems.
Ooh.
Can
Quite
you
so.
understand us?
Great question.
Click, click, click.
Yeah.
Croak.
I give
Yeah. I mean,
I
it's
give a golf clap.
it does not clap back once. Does not give you a single ping, Vasily. um, it just seems to be holding its position and be repeating its warning of like don't come closer. Like that's the feeling that you get from what it's trying to communicate.
Hmm.
Stefan, are you actually good for a fight?
Maybe. I think.
I think maybe we should attempt diplomacy.
We just did.
I don't. Better
Okay.
diplomacy.
Our options are we fight it or we leave. That means it can leave too now that it knows we know where it lives.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I will push Yatsik's arms off me, so he's not puppeting me around anymore. Like, no, dude, it was so funny. Is there like any situation in which like this thing is like, is this thing far too like bestial to reason with? Like, is there even any like recognition whatsoever about anything we do, or is it just like purely beast running on instinct and nothing else?
Yeah, I mean, I think you would be able to tell from your interactions so far. Like, if it was purely beast, it seems like you have entered its nest, and cornered beast in nest situation, like 9 times out of 10, it would already be attacking and killing you, right? So it's got some sort of intelligence. Maybe it's simply weighing the odds of 4 versus 1, but I don't know. It seems like there's maybe more to it. But determining whether it understands you or what level of intelligence it possesses, it's hard to discern, I would say.
Is the boy closer or further from it? Like, if we wanted to approach the body, is it closer to the thing?
It is closer to the boy.
Can I
No,
point?
not closer to the boy. Would going to the boy be closer to the hag?
I think.
Yes.
I think yes was the answer. to
Okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Can
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can I point like can I point pointedly towards the hag, hold for a second, then point to the boy, and then make like a rocking motion, like as
You
if
can roll
asking.
defense for your hand, but no, just kidding.
No,
Just kidding.
please.
Oh shit.
No, I'm teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Um, it kind of seeing the gesture, it kind of takes a position closer to the boy. Almost, you would get the sense of some sort of maternal instinct. And Yatsik would definitely believe that to be in line with the religious situation, religious significance of what's going on here. Like this hag, yes, it's unnatural, but it's a guardian of the situation, and it's a kind of avatar, perhaps of the Lady Militel, and she's the mother of all of these. She's the mother of everything, maybe. Um, so yeah, that instinct kind of lines up with this understanding of the situation.
Hmm.
Perhaps we are here in error.
Now, I will provide a little bit of maybe a hint or an alternative, since it seems like you're thinking about what, some space to process it, perhaps. So, yes, the creature is alert to your presence, but this is its lair. It's unlikely to leave it unless it seems like it's forced to. But you could also like have somebody keep watch or post watch as you kind of deliberate. You can report your findings to the council, so to speak, and see how they might want to have things handled. Like, this is a significant development. You've identified what the beast is. You can also attempt to do maybe a little bit more research to maybe get more context around what it is. Yeah, or you can just try and resolve it right here and right now. Those are maybe some options. Um, Hopefully not too many options, but some food for thought, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I weigh more on the I don't know. It seems like people who have been getting hurt or killed, it's because they come to this place, right? It's not because like do we know if the hag is are there reports of the hag or monster leaving this place and killing people, or is it just the people in the mines in this area or in the quarry in this specific part of it are getting injured?
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor, everyone can make this roll, but go ahead and just roll folklore again.
Oh, thank God. A chance to pass. I'm so bad at folklore. I can't see the folklore. Get the blue dice out the way. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So, very nice.
No,
Very nice.
no.
All right, so all of you that failed, or like everybody would have heard stories of all kinds from the peasants. Some people say they've seen it and it's 10 feet tall. Some people say, everything under the sun has been said about this monster, because nobody has really resolved it for several months, and you can imagine how that thing festers. But
Yeah.
Stefan, you can read between the tea leaves. Maybe you've got better information from somebody who seems more reliable, from maybe the person that you betted. Maybe your bedtime talk was
You guys
about
keep
this,
fucking making fun of me, but it was useful.
but yeah, it seems like all the attacks were localized here.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like the hag is seeking people out beyond.
So if we just say, hey, don't go out there or you'll die.
I assume we could probably maybe just have them block this part of the quarry off, maybe?
It can still get out.
Huh?
It doesn't seem to want to get out.
Yeah.
Right now, while we're threatening it.
What? Who's threatening it? Are you threatening it? Who's threatening it?
She is threatening it. I think, right? You're leaning into your character's beliefs a little bit.
I mean, one way or another, I fucking came in prepared for a fight. If that's not threatening something, I don't know what is. We're also all armed and armored.
Yeah, and anyway. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I think we could just let it be. Have them close off this section of the quarry, and then if continued reports come out, we'll have someone deal with it, whether that be us or someone else. We know what it
Realize
is now.
continued reports means more people dying, right?
Weren't you just saying that you wanted to leave?
No, I was saying we should look into. You are purposefully obtuse. You know that?
You just said that.
No.
The squire is viciously taking notes.
Are you actually
Not
fucking
quite
with
sure
me
what
in
to write.
character or in character? She wanted to go prepare before going into the thing, and then also, like, she proposed our options are we stay or we go. Like we don't have. But if we go, it can go too. That's the problem.
If it goes, depending on where it
Just
goes.
keep being a problem for the city in a different place.
Well, a different place might be a better place to fight it, though.
And like, if reports are localized to this region, you just make sure nobody comes over here. Whilst it is being sealed.
Or we could go with your original plan to burn it all down and just burn it all down.
But it seems like she's a little bit... I don't know.
What do you think? She's a guardian?
I will remind you, if she was the one that killed the two outside, she chased them down.
Mm-hmm. Shrug.
She just doesn't think she can win.
I like our odds, I think.
I think that... I mean, I'm not going to kill her.
Ooh, I feel like this is maybe a good time to test your knights. Like have your knights make this decision. Do they want to put down the beast, or do they want to abstain at least for the moment?
What would that
It
be?
sounds like Laura is inclined to, hey, we came here to do this deed, let's do it. Vlad seems like he's on board with that idea as well. Stefan seems reluctant. And Yatsik, is he also reluctant, or nah? Or not sure?
I'm here for business.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
he's
gonna
inclined to
get
get
in
the
the
job
middle
done
of an
too.
argument. Yeah.
He's in the arbitrary category.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll accept
yeah, so
arbitrary. Yeah.
so what trait maybe do we feel like, or passion perhaps, is being triggered here that motivates your knight's decision? Is it mercy? Is it vengeance? Is it sense of duty? What is the thing that decides it for your knight?
Hmm.
I think it's actually suspicion. That
Ooh,
I don't
okay.
think that it's possible. I do not trust that this is localized. There's no way she'd look at this and be like, yeah, it's not gonna kill again.
Can I change my answer,
Yeah.
Drew? Teacher, can
Sure.
I change my answer? I think I'm actually leaning towards Stefan's side, just because like the funeral situation that we saw. I'm willing to put like a spiritual on this. Like if it's gonna
Okay.
respect funeral rites at least, I'm like there has to be something more to this than just like a creature that's murdering.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly, but I don't.
Wait, those funeral rites were on the kid?
Yeah.
That's it. Like so
Oh.
was. Like someone had performed a funeral on the kid was my understanding. Like
yeah,
the
but
kid
not
had
the other
died
bodies,
and
but the kids. Yes.
right, yeah. So
Yeah, and
so-
someone laid these flowers on their body. They've been placed here, yeah.
And we've also kind of again with the spiritual thing, though we've been told kind of oh, hags eat children. There's a distinctly uneaten child here
Yeah.
who has been granted a funeral.
Mhm.
I'm kind of a mind of like, it feels kind of, maybe this is just actually, but it feels kind of unfair to like, okay, well, we assume that you're bad, so I'm just gonna kill the shit out
That's
of
sort
you.
of a thing that I was confused about,
Yeah.
because that's why I was like, is she a guardian of sorts? Because she's kind of protecting the kid in a way.
I totally thought you were
So that's definitely
talking about
what-
like the other bodies. I
No.
didn't know this was the body that y'all were talking about. Was
Yeah.
like, oh, there was a funeral rite done for this.
Yeah, there's flowers and stuff laid all over the kid.
Yeah, and so this definitely fits in line with Yatsik's belief of the situation. A, that he believes the Elder Gods, and B, that he feels like it's a spiritual situation, which may or may not be true for others. But Vlad, did you want to have, or did you have similar questions of like how he's assessing the situation?
I don't think he's going to view it
What is
spiritually
going through Vlad's mind?
just because of how it started here.
Yeah,
But
yeah, like this is
I
a mundane
think
thing.
it is, but I think the creature may be showing some form of like, I don't know what the right word is for this. Respect to the kid, which is unusual and weird,
Mhm.
and I don't know what that would fall under. Maybe.
Would you say that this is like perhaps a little bit of a crisis in faith for him? Because the Cult of the Eternal Filer definitely teaches that this is an evil thing, but it seems like maybe it's not so evil.
Yeah. If it's,
That could be.
it would definitely bring.
So, I mean,
bring
maybe-
up questions for
hmm.
him. That's for sure. Because it's like, well, these things are all supposed to
Yeah.
be evil. Why is this thing?
It also let another kid.
Why does this
go.
thing have kindness? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but,
we don't
I mean,
know
so
what
even
killed
if
the
we
kid.
establish that, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I'm not
nothing
sure
we
where to
know
bend
that
that.
says that she killed the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Does
that
she have beady
the
yellow
eyes? Were
eyes?
there.
Yeah.
She does have beady yellow eyes.
Okay.
Her
And she
eyes
gets
seem
understanding the
exactly like the
glowing
ones that
yellow,
were
right?
described.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
just means that the kid saw
Mhm.
it, right?
Yeah, that doesn't mean that she killed the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe, guys, this might be a crazy pull. We are perhaps a little prejudiced.
Yeah, maybe,
No, it's the kids that are wrong, not me.
No.
I caught a glimpse of something whipping across an entire room through that gap. I feel right to be a little prejudiced at this moment.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
classic.
I'm just. Vlad, what are your traits here? Prudent could be an angle that you take. Worldly could be an angle that
I could
you
also
take.
even see it as maybe forgiving. I don't know. It's weird. Because it could go a lot of
Yeah?
It could go a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Merciful versus cruel. Totally up to you. And maybe we can circle back to it if you're absolutely stuck.
Can I go a weird angle here?
Yes.
Can I
Yeah.
tell what killed the kid from this far? Now that I'm in the in line of sight of it. Any wound?
You can make me a. What would we call this? I guess a first aid test, maybe. I kind of want to impose a penalty because you're far away and can't really examine it. Maybe let's call it first aid, but -5. Hopefully that doesn't put it at 0.
It does not.
Okay.
It puts it at 1.
It does put it at 1, so I still fail.
Oh, darn. I wanted you to succeed on that one, but yeah, you can't tell from this distance. And it seems like the hag, perhaps
not gonna
because
let
it
you
was
get any
previously
closer,
provoked, doesn't, at least at this point in time, doesn't want to let anybody get close. Doesn't seem to want to let people get close. Good angle, though. Good angle. No, I do believe. I don't think you inspected the cause of death for the other two bodies, so that's something that you could actually
Go out
pause
and
and go
check.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Mhm.
willing to give it a shot. If the three of you will keep it busy, I can go check the others. But
See, I was thinking this was a good opportunity for us to test to see if it will attack when fewer of us are in here. And I'm willing to be a guinea pig.
I'm
smack
willing to
me
be a
one.
guinea pig and leave the chamber so that you may be attacked.
Yeah, right. And scurry
I will brave the
away!
darkness over there.
Yes. I'm willing to stand sort of close to the door so I can run away, but you know, we can attempt
Yeah.
to see if it will attack. If it's just me and you, it's already struck me once. You know what I mean?
I'm willing to stand just outside so I can yank him out if things go pear-shaped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe put
Cool,
your
so,
weapons away.
I
as
will.
well? I don't
I was.
know.
I was gonna say I will. I will like hand. This is so fucking stupid. I will fully hand my weapons to Yatsik as he leaves the room. Can't hit it, right?
Oh
I
man, I
disarm
feel like that's
myself.
I don't know if I would
Gotta
that's
give
do
my weapon
something.
away.
I smell a loss of
Let's see.
honor here, but I don't know. Disarming myself
maybe,
before
maybe.
an opponent.
That's not.
I mean,
Do you truly
maybe.
believe
We'll
it's an
see.
opponent?
Just attack me once.
That might be a trusting.
Sound trusting.
yeah, Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is a trait kind of thing in action. So if you want to check one of your traits because it's at play here, like that's a pretty bold move, sir. Valorous for sure. That's already checked.
I'll
Yeah.
check-
So
I'll check trust
this.
maybe. Or, right? Like check trust
Okay.
maybe. Does it seem
Mhm.
I'm choosing to
Yeah, that
trust
makes sense
this
to me.
creature?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Vlad is maybe the first to depart to the other side with
Good luck.
Laura soon in tow, anxious to inspect the
Anything but
information that
here.
may be outside, and then
Yeah.
Yatsik, yeah, stays very close on the other side, ready to yank Vlad or Stefan if he's in danger. Let's just cut to the autopsy side, our CSI investigators. You do a quick inspection of the bodies, and let's get first aid rolls from you.
Now to fail catastrophically.
We both rolling or just her?
Yeah, both of you can roll, assuming that you both are interested in
Yeah, why not?
doing that action.
I see nothing wrong with this body.
Was it both successes?
Perfectly healthy. No. No. It was a
Oh,
fail.
but Laura succeeded though.
Yep.
Pass.
Yeah. All right. So for Vlad, the bodies are just too far decomposed. They've been sitting here for months.
Yeah.
You're not going to get anything out of that, and maybe he says as much to Laura. But she is able to see from like the broken bones in, like maybe one of them had their chest caved in, and the other, like maybe very obviously had their skull caved in. She would judge that the cause of death was probably some sort of collapse. Or like blunt force trauma is the clear lead.
These bones don't look sucked. They're very marrowful.
They do not. They are marrowful, to your surprise. They're very merry.
I am married.
Aw.
That's my favorite bit right now. I want you to know.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's really good.
Have I spoken about my wife recently?
It sounds like you love the idea, but not necessarily her.
No, I love my wife.
And her
We're
money.
madly in love.
And how marrowful she
Why,
is?
why, just yesterday she coldly turned me down when I touched her.
She
I'm
almost had
throwing
my
her
hand
icy
yesterday.
heart.
Yeah.
I got a proper handshake the other day.
Oh, it was
Oh,
lovely.
raunchy.
Hope you use protection. Crazy.
Don't tell my virgin ear.
You'll understand one day when you are married.
So cutting
Yeah,
inside to the
like
cave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
oh
no.
yeah, the original like feeling of like, oh, this is some old god shit has like cranked to 1,000. There's no fucking way this thing wouldn't have eaten bodies at this point. One is one thing, but 3 fresh bodies? In quotation marks, they were fresh at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, something's definitely up, and I think it's probably enough for Laura to kind of be questioning her initial instincts, perhaps. Inside the cave, once everyone else has backed out, the hag does come forward 5 feet, maybe 10 feet. You see that its eyes are getting closer. Maybe there's even a little bit of light that illuminates its, to some people,
Attractive
perhaps
features.
curvy. Yeah.
It's curvy now.
It's crazy.
Oh
Left me there
no!
with it.
Damn, that pear-shaped body.
Yeah, right,
Woo!
like, whoa, whoa, my! You hear me screaming.
What kind of foul illusion are you? Have you
Whoa!
fallen?
Oh my goodness!
Perhaps it's only a trick of the
It's
light.
tongue! It's crazy.
You're gonna gain a lot of glory from this hag list. I'm just telling you that.
Glory shoots up by 5,000. The man who
And
met a hag.
it clicks aggressively at you as it moves forward, and Vlad, though, or sorry, Stefan keeps his cool, his you know, his bravery is in hand, whatever's powering that. And then the hag backs off, and slowly backs up, and then you see its eyes kind of disappear into the shadows,
Oh.
as if it has retreated into some further depths of whatever is
Of
beyond.
haggery.
Can I?
Interesting.
Very interesting. Can I, like... I think trying to follow it is a really good idea, guys.
You go ahead.
I mean, I still have my torch, right?
Sure, yeah. Or your squire does.
We
who's
just left
bravely
you in a
waiting.
dark room with a deadly hag.
It's like, I mean, I assume my squire will probably be waiting outside since I wanted to be alone. My squire's
Mhm.
like, no, I must write this down, sir, please,
Then what will I
please."
write down, sir? I don't know what to write if
I
you don't
relay
tell me.
everything that happens to the
Yeah.
squire, but I make Stefan look a little bit better than he is.
The squire's like,
Oh,
Stefan would have
okay.
made himself look a lot better than right now, but whatever.
He bravely bedded the hag.
And honestly, it was frightening. Write this down.
Write that down. Write that down, dude. I will. Is there any way to, yeah, like see where it goes? Like, I know you said like a deeper like, chamber or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you recall, kind of on the far side of the room, there was that, big, like sculpted door kind of situation, and the two sarcophagi were there. It looks like it disappeared into like one of the either sides of where the door is. Maybe there's a crack there that actually is an entrance of some kind.
Okay.
Like it looks like it disappeared in the direction of the door, the big door, but obviously didn't go through it because it's a big
Right.
stone.
I'll walk over to where it went and kind of like inspect the area, see if there's like something something.
Would you like to
I don't
enroll
know.
your investigation?
Yeah.
Or perception? Okay. Yeah, I mean,
My perception with
you can
advantage.
definitely you see, what do you see? Give me a sec. Because there is something else here that I think you'll be able to see now. I mean, you can obviously. Oh, if you would like to look more closely at the boy's body, you can make a first aid test without penalty, and yeah, I'll probably just give you something else in addition to that.
Hmm.
Because you're now like in the relatively same position now or situation.
I could. But my first date is so
Oh,
bad.
but
I'm afraid I wouldn't accomplish anything if I tried. Um, yeah. Can I? Now this might be a stretch. Can I attempt to like try and mimic the like click noises as I walk over to where it went to like maybe try and say I'm friendly? I don't fucking know. But like maybe try and be like, "Hey,
You're
I'm
gonna say some
chill,
shit you
dog."
don't want to say.
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hmm? Oh, really?"
Yeah, like he's just gonna try and like mimic the noises, but do so with a friendly tone,
Intonation,
friendly
yeah.
manner. Yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, you're certainly welcome to try. I don't know what kind of dice roll we might put that behind,
Like
but
orate,
um,
Oh, right, no.
orate or
You
courtesy.
wish.
I don't know.
Courtesy makes
This is a
kind of
singing
sense.
roll.
for
Let's not do
nobles though.
singing. Let's do singing.
Although, I mean, like maybe it's got some sort of noble lineage. That might be possible.
It's flirting because you're trying to
Um,
get with her.
Yeah, it's flirting. I
yeah,
accidentally riz up the hag. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah. I'll say like you don't really get you know, any response back that seems like it understands your intent or is welcoming a more approach.
Okay.
You know.
Mhm.
Now the other thing that you see here is there is another corpse, and this one looks like it is pretty far along in its decomposition situation. It has like you kind of maybe can just see through the guts and viscera that's there. It has what looks like climbing gear on it. It looks like it's probably somebody who attempted to climb down from the rope. Um, and they've got like a little satchel of something like a little book maybe attached to their hip that you can snag and perhaps even attempt to read yourself
Yeah, I don't
if you'd
need
like
to
to roll
enlist the
literate.
help of anyone. Yeah. I will. I will attempt to read. Is that a literacy check? You said.
Yup, yup.
Oh, please. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
Damn, you had a 50-50, bro.
All right. So you can't
I
quite
like this game.
read what's going on here, but there are like some drawings, some sketches on here, and uh, you definitely kind of recognize a drawing of the surrounding area. It looks like this person has come from another section of, um, Redania, perhaps, maybe Temeria. Who knows? Borders are arbitrarily drawn these days.
True.
um, and yeah, I mean, like it definitely kind of looks like a treasure map kind of situation. Like this guy followed some sort of research that they did and followed some landmarks. And according to maybe this diagram, like there's some big treasure, some big fat loot somewhere here to be discovered. But it looks like this person never got that far.
I'm just gonna take the book. I'm gonna just hold it over my torch until it's good and on fire, so that this does not this does not tempt any others again to venture into
boy.
this place. No one else needs to die to this poor this poor hag.
Nice. Cool. Okay. Sweet. I am needing a little bio break myself, and I also see what is this? It's been about 3 hours, so I guess maybe two
2 hours.
questions, or
Yeah.
a question for when I get back. Is how much more do we want to do for today, and or are we close to wrapping it up, so to speak? I think those are my main questions for you. But yeah, let me BRB.
Yeah.
And, shame we never figured out what he wrote.
Well, we
Meh.
can worry about that later.
Can't
Or
believe he
perhaps
wrote down,
never.
believe he wrote down the fucking secret to Jenny's phone number. And now it's gone forever.
As a certified illiterate, I do not care.
Huh. None of this makes any sense.
Actually, it makes perfect sense. No, I'm just kidding. Unless. No, I'm just kidding.
Inlet.
I think me and the hag would make a great couple. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I
You're
think I see
courting
it.
a hag.
I think it's meant to be.
I think you deserve a lot of honor for this.
Thank you. Can I just say that means a lot?
Yeah,
Totally.
no problem.
Can you imagine bringing her to the king's court?
I think, yeah.
I think she'd
Stunting
fit
on the
in.
local king, yeah. All right, King, I bet you couldn't pull a hag.
Yeah.
Have you seen her tongue, pal?
Yeah. Yeah.
The paralysis is frankly a little bit of extra spice.
Yeah. It's worth it every time. Crazy.
Horrible.
Special kind of tingle.
Who makes me say these things?
Oh,
So bad.
I forgot I had another scene for this.
This whole time I could have been more immersed, Drew.
What
Disgusting.
hell, man? How could you do such a thing?
I know.
It's even foggy too. It's
Same.
like, oh
on
my
me.
god, it's so immersive. I'm so immersed right now.
I know. Isn't it beautiful?
My immersion is going
Hit that down,
crazy.
Squire.
Squire, no doubt how immersed I am.
Do we have some other BRBers? Is everyone still here?
Might be missing, might be missing John, though.
Oh boy, yeah, it looks like. Stepped aside and didn't mute his mic.
Kinda cringe.
Dirty cunt.
Kinda cringe. Kinda cringe.
I'll answer your question, Drew. I am ready to tap out whenever you call it.
Based, I fear.
Been a long week, you know what I'm saying?
I'm ready for my 3-day weekend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
up to you. I'm not going to force you to do nothing. I ain't in charge here.
It is a group decision. Group decision. I'll force y'all to make some sort of, like, regardless of how much time we spend beyond this, I do need like a final answer for how you are going to resolve this.
I'll have to
Whether it's
come back. I'm gonna keep a note of where this place is so I can come back with
Mhm.
flowers for my future wife. But that's it.
This is how he.
Nice.
This is how he loses lustful.
Yep. He
He
becomes
says-
chaste for the hag.
Can we figure out where
Yeah.
the rope goes?
Up.
Yes.
You haven't like backtracked, and so like yeah, you could leave the cave system and probably figure out where it goes. But yeah,
And
Upwardly direction.
our options are either we destroy it all, or we tell them that, like, cracked a fucking old god's tomb and you should leave that shit alone.
Yeah, what if we just tell them that we
Mhm.
killed it? How would they know?
Well, they'd probably send more people.
yeah,
in there.
that
We tell them we killed it.
you got some options.
Seal off this section of the quarry.
And we have to seal it off from above too, because it's enterable from above.
Well, let's leave one entrance just for people, someone, you know, just in case.
That's the difficulty. If it was just like, yeah, seal off the quarry, like this part of the quarry, and don't enter it, that's one thing. But
I think
kids
anyone
can
who-
stumble into it from above.
I think anyone who comes in that way is deserves what comes to them. Call me crazy.
Crazy.
That is
Thanks.
crazy. Yeah, actually.
Thanks.
Sorry, I had Stefan look at the body, right? But you probably failed the first aid test.
I don't think I ever rolled it
Is that
because I
correct?
just believed in my heart of hearts I would fail. I can roll it though,
Oh, okay.
just to see by how much I failed by. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3.
All right, fairly close. Yeah, so you can't quite determine cause of death, I would say, unfortunately, perhaps.
In my
Um,
doctorly opinion, he died of
but
death.
okay.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Death disorder.
All right, so yeah,
That's
there.
all.
You've outlined a few options for sure. You can also just leave it in the hands of the council, and they can kind of decide the fate of the hag if you want to fully disclose what the situation is. Or you can lie about it, say that it's been taken care of. Either way, you can also, in addition to that, you know, strongly suggest that they seal this cave and don't, don't try to open it up. And yeah, like whatever entrances from above, like yeah, someone can probably do some stonework and cover that shit up. Yeah, those
Someday
are
I'll
some
find a way back to you, my
ideas.
love.
Yeah, I don't know.
This
So
all
what is
gets into,
the
like, if
Mhm.
this all like gets into weird fucking, like, if this was on the books, like, that's still already sketchy enough that they cracked it while it's on the books anyway. It happened. I don't like it. This feels unresolved to me no matter what pin we put on it right now.
Maybe it can't be resolved.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
pin 3 could be like, hey, we come in here with a bunch of people and we take care of this thing. We put it down.
Even that, even if we kill the hag, it feels like it's
That even that wouldn't
it's
resolve
like
you.
now that Laura has been looked at the bodies and been like, this shit wasn't killed by a fucking hag.
Then what killed them, right?
Oh,
Yeah, no,
like
no
something
matter
else.
what, something else killed it, which means something else killed the boy, or the hag what killed the boy. And either way, no matter what we do here, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's called loose ends, loose threads.
Mhm.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Why would she give funerary right to it?
I'll give you all the spoilers you want after you make the decision. If that's helpful.
I refuse to end at this moment. She would refuse. No, this feels like another session to me.
Okay.
Are you serious? This is everything?
Pretty much. I mean, there's information that you failed to attain because of failed rolls, essentially, but
Willing to believe that there was just a rock slide or the kids fell through the ceiling or something.
Hmm.
Blunt force trauma, not hard to obtain, to be frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
fair.
cave? I'm no
If
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
work.
speleologist, but you know.
Kids
Where,
fall
where there
all
are
the time.
sarcophagi that ostensibly have heavy lids.
Yeah.
It's
This is
not
a cut and dry
impossible.
case of kids being stupid, as far as I know.
I agree.
I mean, if we take as a given that the hag didn't kill them, and it might not even be whatever I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
We should still seal it in.
Agreed. It doesn't want to be bothered as much as we don't want passerbys bothering it.
Yeah.
Okay. We
She's
can
more
be
of a
light on the
caretaker.
specifics, but it sounds like, okay, we're going to recommend this thing be sealed in.
Mm-hmm.
Are you honest or deceitful about any part of the situation? You know, like, do you disclose that there's a hag in here? Do you tell them that you killed it? You know, like, I just want to boil it down to: is this an honest decision or is this a deceitful? Uh, and it doesn't even maybe have to color what action you all take, but like, uh, uh, what would your knight kind of choose to do here between those two kind of options?
I think with
Be
the
honest
stuff
or
with
cover it up?
like the information and everything that we have, I think Stefan leads more towards like saying it's dead or like it's dead, just because. I think he would want to lie about it, and
It'd be a lot harder to convince everyone in town, hey, the hag's not that bad actually, than it is just
Yeah.
like, nah, we dealt with it.
yeah, like yeah, agreed.
Mm.
So two liars in the party whose pants are on fire.
No, say it ain't so.
What about the other two? What would your knight's inclination be?
Certainly tell a false truth. As far as I can tell, cracked an old god's tomb and caught the old god's curse, seal it back up, and things should improve. And just, I guess, lie.
I think
I don't
that's
know
the
if we
best
need to
solution,
tell them.
honestly. Yeah.
Might not have been
Okay.
a monster.
Cool. So, yeah. All right, that's fine. That's good. So go ahead and check the deceitful box. Yes, you lying liars. Now everyone will know.
I
Um,
can't check it. I already have.
Squire, don't write that down. Stop.
Squire, no, you fool!
He bravely lied
Unwrite
about
that.
it.
Yes,
Erase
yes.
that, please.
Say I bravely told the truth, Squire.
Write down
So
that I have a wife.
yeah, after upon your recommendation, the tomb area is resealed off and kind of quarantined off for people to go from there again. Certain members of the council support the decision and kind of go along with things. Others deny it, as kind of is the usual. Let's see. You are gifted the award for the thing, so it's 500 crowns in total that'll let you squabble over, which is basically like it would seem legit for the task that was put forth, but again, it's just it's roughly two florins, two of the big monies that's been totaled. So that's kind of another perhaps moral question that your knight might be inclined to walk. Did they do this job for free? In which case they were being generous. Did they do it for the money? In which case they're being the opposite of generous. Um,
My answer
Yeah.
is going to be different, I think.
Mm.
I am expecting to be paid for this, but
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
all earnings I'm sending to the kid, to Sim, and I'm gonna put a note to him to share it with Durko's family, and help pay for their, their loss and their problems.
Do you make
Very
this known?
nice.
No,
Okay.
No? I feel really bad that what I was gonna say probably should have come first then. I'd waive my payment because I owe somebody fucking paid for a conversion for me.
I sure did. And it's going right to the kid.
It's okay, 'cause, yeah, my payment went to Vlad.
Very nice. Yeah, you can check generous as well if it's not already.
I got tongued by a hag. I better get paid for that.
All right. Okay. So it sounds like everybody wanted their share, but wanted to give it, like, do certain things with it. So Laura wanted her share to go to Vlad. Vlad wanted his shares to go to the kids. And the other two wanted to get paid.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Cool.
want mine to go to the hag.
And I will perhaps.
Yes.
A meager nuptial.
Sweet.
What?
Okay. Cool. Well, I think at least, big picture wise, this resolves this little adventure.
You've
I
solved
do
my
have a
hag
couple
puzzle.
of things I want to. Yes, yes. I do have a couple of things to put in your mind. So next session, I'll be generating winter phase kind of stuff. So if you had the funds and wanted to invest in like some sort of improvements, let me know that sooner rather than later, because there's spreadsheet work to do for that.
Delicious.
Yes, I've got personal events lined up. We can certainly do those the next time we're all together or offline. Yeah, and I also owe you some glory for the events that have taken place, so I'll get to that before we meet again. Cool. So yeah, thank you all for playing my little hag adventure. What did you think? Were there things that you wanted more of, wanted less of?
Man, those dogs were deadly.
And also,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
The real monster here was the
Yeah.
dogs we fought in the beginning.
mm-hmm.
Ironically, the
Yeah, they
real
almost took
monster was less interested in fighting.
Yes. Feed the
If I was
dogs.
there, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, we had our sessions like backwards. You should have been here for that one, and then this investigatory one,
Damn. Wasn't
Yeah.
needed today, fellas.
Yeah, sadly. Like, we even picked this adventure, I think, because it had some good opportunity for combat.
Yep.
But yeah, we added in a little moral grayness to the situation.
Personally, I like it.
Oh, we know.
Cool. I was thinking that we might do something a little bit more lighthearted for the next time we're all together. It seemed like people enjoyed feasting, so maybe something like that. Is that something that we want to get to? Or
Sure.
there may be, like, again, if we're keen to finally do a proper combat, maybe the mercenary work type situation is something, or I can certainly cook something else up. Different premise. But yeah, if there's any inclination for what you want for the next session, let me know.
It's time for our tournament arc. Can't wait
Jousting.
for the 4-on-4s.
Yeah, a vote for tournamenting.
A feast and a mint? Damn. That's a good
You did
day.
show up to watch us watch the fucking jousting movie with us the other day.
That's right. First night? No, not first night. Is it? I can't remember.
No,
Don't ask me. I don't remember the name.
what is
Yeah.
the name of
I
First-
yeah,
s-
I can picture the
Yeah.
actor.
Heath Ledger.
that? Heath Ledger, yes.
It's The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm with Carl and being dead tired and ready for the 3-day weekend.
Real.
Yeah.
Well, I think Josh was ready for the 3-day weekend. I was just tired.
I'm also tired.
Yeah. He had a long day.
Josh
went
and
out
I
to dinner.
combined make Drew, it sounds like.
All right, chat. Looks like we're done for the day. So I'm gonna send you over to Desi, I think. And we'll see you guys in a week, I think. Maybe 2 if things don't line up again like before, but we'll continue this then. How do I raid? Oh, there it is. Dizzy. No sound. Start raid. Yeah. Thanks for chilling, y'all. Go be nice to Desi. She's playing DBD. Peace.